It says we're live. Let me know if this is coming in clear. If it's not coming in clear, let me know. I can back out of the studio and get back in. I know a lot of people say, hey, why don't you just use your phone to do it? I'm not worried about that phone. If it sounds good, say, hey, it sounds good on my end. If it's crackling or something like that, I could just back out and come in. What up, NGB, my brother? What's good? What's good? Yeah, so let me know if this thing is coming in clear or what. What up, Pink Cat Online? Now, if it's coming in good, I'm going to get started. If not, hey, we got a lot to cover, man. We got a lot to cover. What up, King James, my brother? All right, bet. So I'm going to say, Professor mentioned his last video. Yeah, I heard. He's cool. Like I said, me and the Professor, we ain't got no beef. I think what it is, I think the way that I speak and the way that I present information, because I'm so straight up with it, a lot of people get hit with it. And like I said, valid question. Is this a scam or what? I mean, the way he was presenting it, it sounded like a scam to me. But then he comes back and says, no, it wasn't a scam. Well, then that means all your videos didn't mean shit. It just meant these guys are very unorganized and they not running that shit right. Because if you telling me they've been doing this for 5 years, doing all this ripping and running and saying all these names and putting fake people on these websites and making up titles and all this, but you saying it's not a scam, you the source. You are presenting a scam, basically like an alleged from the looks of it, but then you come and say, no, it's not a scam, no. Then you ain't got no fucking problem with none of it then. What are you making the videos for? Just say, hey, man, I don't get along with these guys. They're doing great. They're doing something great for the community. They're doing amazing stuff. But don't sit there and show all of this shit about how they're not legit and how they're not true and how they're not licensed and how they're not this, how they don't got money, how they not doing this, and then say, but they're not a scam. Bruh, I keep it 100. You gave me all the information to make my video by you making a video. I just copied what you said. That's all I did. And so if you getting upset at my delivery, you got to look at the contents of what I said. What did I say? I said exactly what you said. You came out at the end and said, but it's not a scam. Now your integrity is on the line because you presented a whole bunch of shit to a whole bunch of people in a certain way to make us feel like they weren't legit and they weren't on the up and up. And then you at the end said, but they're on the up and up. So I'm like, are you on the up and up? It's like, motherfucker, don't have me question you. Because like I said, you sat there and you did it, man. Yeah, man. Like I said, I keep it 100, man. I keep it 100. And I sat there and I said exactly what he said in all his videos. I didn't say nothing outside of what he said. But then they look at me and say, well, Jeff, I think he's kind of, no, I said exactly what you said. The only difference is at the end, you said, but it's not a scam, though. Okay, then why are you pulling out of something that's not a scam? If something's on the up and up, something legit, something's going to help the driver, something's going to really take off and do shit, and it's not a scam, and they why are you taking off? Why are you pulling out? Usually you pull out when you think something's wrong. If you don't think nothing's wrong, you think everything's on the up and up, why are you pulling out? That's my question. Like I said, we don't have to, I keep it 100. I know he says, Jeff's got my number. Yeah, I can call him and everything else like that, but it's cool. Like I said, I don't got no beef with you. I'm just looking at your videos, seeing what you're saying, seeing how everything is laid out, and I just put it all on the table. So you can't present it one way and then try to make us think that these guys are not only up and up and on the back end say, but they're good. It's not a scam. It's all good. Come on, man. Don't do us like that. Don't do us like that. We're not stupid, man. Juan Vargas, what up, Jamil? My brother, what's good? Like I said, man, I didn't have an issue. I don't have a problem with him. I'm just kind of breaking out the situation. Either you with these people and you're saying that they're doing something good for the community and they're going to get something built right, or you saying they're fucking with us. One of the two. It can't be both. It can't be both. So he made the videos. All I did was play what he made. That's it. And I said, this is what the situation is looking like, y'all. Are these people trying to use him in the scam? And that's what I asked. I said, are these people trying to use him in a scam? And in the end, he says, no, it's not a scam. It's legit. It's 100%. These guys are good. They're good to go. Then what you making all the videos for? Content? Views? What are you making all this shit for then? Like I said, I'm keeping it 100, man. There's no other way I can do it. There's no other way I can do it. Yeah, I didn't diss him at all, man. I'm looking at the situation. I didn't diss him. I looked at the situation. I said, what you could have did to make this completely transparent, like today's video, I'm glad he said what he said. He didn't say he was a driver. He said he was a marketer. Thank you for letting us know who you are, because we need to know who you are. If this is the space you're going to be in, just keep it 100. I don't run this space. Drivers run this space. Drivers build our channels. Drivers are who you're selling to all the people you're peddling your influence to. Drivers create this space. YouTubers don't make this space. All we do, we host this space. Drivers come in. So when you sat and says, well, I'm a marketer more than anything else, that's all we wanted to know. Thank you. Because I'm a driver. I'm a driver. I'm out in these streets every night. When I'm doing shit on the app, showing people how to do private rides, when I'm showing people, hey, put square accepted, walk around, let motherfuckers know. Even on the back of my shirt, what does it say? Because I'm a driver, I'm not a marketer. I'm sorry if I can market really well, but I'm not a marketer. I'm a driver. I buy cars so I can drive these motherfuckers. That's what I do. And so when I tell people who I am and I present myself online for who I am, it's really who I am. Last night, I ran into this guy, Unique Rides. He was out at the stadium. I was out with Eric last night and Christian last night. Rides were shitty, super shitty for the concert, for the Blink 182 concert. I ran into one guy. I mean, I was doing a bunch of short hops, $4 a mile, going 2 miles, getting like $10 real quick. I'm just doing real short hops. I ended up making like $50-something, going like maybe, I think it was like 7 miles. I don't know how much I drove. I think it was 10 miles. I went 10 miles total and made like 50 quick bucks, just doing a bunch of little short stuff. They were sending me no black SUV, all XL and comfort. I didn't even have to convert none because everything was like $11 to go from the dude straight across. And even Eric was like, the dude standing right there, he's right across the street, Jeff. I picked him up and just took him to a hotel real quick. It was just like, that's how shitty it was last night. But I ran into this guy, Unique Rides, and he had a big old black, Escalade. Yeah, there it is, Unique Rides of Arizona. Yeah, big old black Escalade. And I was like, and he was like, what up, Jeff? I'm like, what up? He says, yeah, man, I just plucked a quick $50 ride from right where we were. I was doing a ride for $8. He was plucking for $50. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about right there. If you gonna do something, go out there and really do it. I ain't got to market nothing. I don't have to try to sell you nothing. All I got to tell you is know your worth. He's out there doing the same rides, plucking people $50 for a group, getting them back to the hotel. Same shit we doing for 11. This dude ain't no joke. He ain't no joke. That's the kind of drivers I fuck with. I want to be around guys like him because I want to know, how are you doing this? What are you saying to get these people to do it? And the apps weren't charging that much. They were charging people like $11, $12 for these rides. We're getting like $15. Apps was losing money on every ride because they were trying to undercut everybody. Benny, he was like, oh, hell no, I'm converting everything. I ain't touching these apps. And this is the kind of channel we are. I'm not a marketer. If we gonna be in this space, let's really be who we are in this space. Let's not be fake about it. So I'm glad he made the video he made today for the professor. I'm glad. And I'm glad he sat there and said, yeah, I'm a marketer. I market, I sell. This is what I'm doing. Me, I'm a driver. It's just what it is. He said, he texted me, you was there, we was in the streets rolling. Yeah, I saw Benny last night. He walked up. He was like, Jeff, I was like, what's good, brother? I mean, he had a nice truck. And he was out there getting it. This is what we tell drivers. We see protests about to happen again. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, protests bring attention to the situation, but they don't put no money in your bank account. Protests will bring awareness. Cool. The apps are like, yeah, we aware. But you know what the apps really hate? They hate when you cancel a motherfucker and get $50. That's what they really hate. We've been doing that every day. We out there every night. If you want to make these apps pay attention to what you doing, hit that button, cancel. Thank you, Ormita. I appreciate it, brother. Say this for being real. Expose these fraudsters who only want people to buy courses instead of helping the community. Thank you, Omerta Will. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Because, I mean, it's all, and we going to fail. We ain't going to win every battle out here. Some nights going to be garbage. I mean, it was a concert last night. The Beyonce concert, I made $0 because I drove off because it was crazy. This concert, I made $50 because they was undercutting everything. I mean, it was rides from all the way out in Glendale, all the way to Tempe, $19. From downtown to Tempe is $15. From downtown to Tempe is about maybe 10 miles, and they pay you $15 for that. Glendale to Tempe is about 30 miles, and they're giving you $18. It was crazy last night. So we ain't going to win every battle. We going to lose, brother. I appreciate that super chat, man. And I'm one of those people that sit up there, and I believe that if we keep it 100 with these apps and we let these apps know what we doing out there, they're going to change. Us protesting, it brings awareness. It lets the rioters know what's going on. Lets the community know what's going on. But when I put people in my car last night And I told them, like, everybody was tipping me last night, asking me for cards and everything. I told them the reason why we don't want to drive on the apps is because we host a lot of events in Arizona. And when we host these events in Arizona, Uber and Lyft use their technology to extract money out of our community. We are hosting the events. We are the drivers. We are the stores. We're the vendors. We're the t-shirt sellers in this city. We're the burrito sellers. We are everything in this city. Uber and Lyft will use their technology to get money out of everybody's pockets and not put no money back in because they don't pay the driver shit. The drivers are the only way Uber and Lyft are putting money back into the community. Uber and Lyft don't donate to a store. They don't donate to schools. They don't build roads and bridges and pay taxes and shit. When Uber and Lyft come to these events and they start giving everybody 20% off rides, 30% off rides, they're extracting all the money they can out of our city, away from this event, away from this concert, away from these soccer games, away from these football games. They're taking money out of our community and not putting it back in. And that's what I tell riders. Why do you think riders are so quick to say, well, shit, I'd rather just pay you straight up? Tell them the truth. Tell them the truth. It ain't about us trying to be rich. It's about us not letting these apps become a cancer in our community and destroy the shit we building. People trust us. We're the driver. You got to trust me. You got to trust my driving. You putting your kids in my car. You putting your wife and your husbands in my car. You got to trust us. What are you going to trust an app that keeps glitching all the fucking time for? You ain't got no trust for that. They glitch 24 hours a day. I ain't worried about them. You got to trust your driver. The app ain't, I wouldn't even worry about the app. I don't. When I pick people up, I'm like, listen, this is what I do, man. I'm going to get y'all safely from here to there, this and that. I don't tailgate. I don't ride in the curb lane. I don't speed. I don't do crazy shit. When I'm by myself in the car, I might speed a little bit. When I got people in the car, I'm not putting nobody at risk. I'm not violating like that. Late at night when it's 3 o'clock in the morning, there ain't no other cars around and they go, hey, man, just run this light. I'll run it. Fuck it. You the client. If you say, man, this light gonna be red for fucking 10 minutes, man. This is my neighborhood light. It's never gonna change. Just run it. Cool, I'll run it. Ain't no cars coming. Let's go. And that's what I do. Oh yeah, it all goes offshore. Yep. Man, I appreciate you, Armor Till, man. Real talk, man. Real talk. And that's the thing, you know, I have no beef with the professor. Me and him, we on the same side of the team, you know, and we're fighting the apps in the same direction, just with different tactics. I'd rather fight, and I want to put money in y'all pockets. And like Professor right here, there you go, brother. I will state it here. I have no beef with Jeff Watts. You can use all that information. Not upset. You can bring me in. We'll gladly educate on this and explain why I pulled out. Yeah, exactly. All right, if you let me drop an invite link for you. Because like I said, I have no beef with you, Professor. I have no beef. I'm just saying you put some information out there, and I wanted everybody to know what is going on in this rideshare space. Are people trying to get over on us as drivers through using us? And I even said it in my comments. People are vultures. They're vultures looking at our channels to say, maybe we can come in and get these drivers. And that's what they're doing. And I said, you see it all over my channel saying people are vultures and they will attach themselves to a YouTuber's channel just to try to get to us. That's what they do. And you got to kind of sit back like, I don't know. A lot of stuff in my inbox, and I delete all of that stuff. I get all these, hey, we can partner with you. We can do this with you. We can do that with you. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll put the link in there for him. So the link is right there, Professor. I'll drop the link for you. And it's like, and when I see all this stuff in my inbox, you know, we want to partner with your channel and tell your drivers, you know, no, delete. I could talk straight up to people. I don't need nobody to partner with me. I don't even know these people. They just sending me emails and shit. And I'm like, don't send me an email. It's like everybody knows who I am. It's like you can find a different way to contact me. Don't email me saying, hey, click this link and you could be a part of our team and we can give your drivers 15% off. No, we're trying to get money. We ain't trying to spend money right now. We're trying to get money right now. And so what I do is I go out there. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Greg. I appreciate the super chat, brother. Real talk, my man. We need a real 300 on YouTube. Now people taking advantage of our struggle to make their little YouTube content. Keep your head up, Jeff. 100. For real. And like I said, I know the apps don't like me. I'm not even driving on Uber right now because I heard that Uber took the expeditions off their platform anyway. So maybe it wasn't just me. They just don't like my truck. But I did drive them for a whole month. And I'm sitting there like, you know, the way the apps are going to react to us. And you can see how they're pricing rides right now. They know exactly what we're doing. We are out there in the market, in the streets, affecting these algorithms, affecting the decisions they're making, because they know we come in for our money. We could sit up and protest all day. It's cool. We could protest all day. But it's only going to bring awareness to the situation. How are we going to get money in our pocket? I need you to tell that rider, listen, they're only giving me $11. Last night, I'm standing next to Eric. Eric's like, hey, put this address in. I just got a ride for $15 and something. And I'll tell you this story later. He said, put this address in. I put the address in. They were charging $59.99 for a ride, giving Eric $15 and like 83 cents on it. $59.99 they were charging for the ride from where we were, giving him $15 and like 86 cents. I'm like, this is how they doing us for real on a concert night. On a concert night. This is how they were doing us. So we were declining everything. And then me, Eric, and Christian, we were all standing there. And they were sending they would give Christian the same ride. They would give it to him for $19. They would give it to me for $15, like 83. And they would give it to Eric for like $15.89. Same ride. We're all on Uber XL. All of our cars are parked right next to each other. And they're giving all three of us different prices. And Christian was getting the $19 offer on the exact same ride. This is how they price fix and they screw with people. This is what they do. I got the professor about to come on in a second. I'll tell y'all more about this story later, but let's bring Professor on because he wants to really clarify this story and everything. And hey, what's up, Torsten? How you doing, brother?
Sorry, I took so long. StreamYard, I had some issues trying to get into your.
I had it earlier today too, man. I had the same issue.
The 300. You know, we bumped heads in the past, right? Like in the very beginning.
Yeah.
I said one or two things that were not right, and we
same thing. I apologize for it too.
I'm 100% aligned with you. And I want to just briefly explain because, it's a total valid question. And I said it in my video. Was I brought into a scam? I fucking hope it doesn't turn into a scam, right? But after, remember when this started in 2018, we're in 2024 and there's not a single driver on the US markets. And, not everyone has that long patience. Maybe I should have pulled a parachute in 2021 when they were trying to get me $8,000 and they were putting it on this credit card. And I'm like, shit, these guys, they
don't have the cash.
Jeff, you have value, I have value, right? When we work, we want to get paid. When you go and drive a customer to the airport, it's not a free ride because
you're right.
Right, you want to get paid, and if you do a good service, you get a tip, right? So I believe today I went up and beyond for this co-op, and I did a lot of research in the beginning about the formation of a co-op. I mean, there's co-ops in New York functioning. There's actually functioning co-ops on the road in the United States right now, right?
Yeah,
they're out there right now where drivers are driving for co-ops and they're getting paid, just like. You may be putting your weight behind Hum and people are getting paid. They're doing trips. They're doing real trips.
They got to do trips.
You can actually put a screenshot up and say, hey, So I've been demanding those screenshots. I've been demanding those screenshots from Fair, like Sergio Fantasy, show me the money. Sergio
exactly. Show me the money. And this is what I tell people. And especially this goes out to all those people out there that want to partner with YouTubers and for all the people on YouTube that don't realize it. We put our integrity on the line when we stand by somebody's 100%. Stuff. We are putting our integrity on the line. And that's what these people need to realize. You have one of the most massive followings out of all YouTube channels as far as rideshare goes. You're one of the biggest ones out there. And they want, like I said in my comments, these people are vultures. They see you because you're like it's a dark room and a light comes on and these moths go right to the light. Right. And they don't realize you're putting families' integrity on the line. You're putting people who built their channels up on the line. It's a lot we're putting on the line for these people.
And you're 100% right. And you're 100% right. So when all these moths come running to the light, you get 100 proposals every day. You get proposals. I get proposals. Our job is to sift through them and say, nah, junk.
Yep.
Maybe potential. Oh, this one looks interesting, right? I did a deal with Buckle Insurance. Really, I heard about Buckle. Company on paper, got a lot of funding. But they probably blew the money too quickly. They spent too quickly and they dried out, right? Mm-hmm. They had to let all the on paper, this was a fantastic insurance. They're not around anymore, right?
Yeah.
But then I do my homework on Buckle and I referred Buckle to many people. In fact, I was referred to Buckle through Harry Campbell. Harry Campbell said, hey, I checked them out. They legit. They paid well. They paid very well, Jeff.
They had commercials out there. Yeah.
They paid Harry well. They paid me with it. But I didn't, maybe, and I'm just speculating, but I think it's just my opinion that they ran out of money too fast, right?
Yeah, could be. Yeah. So now there's like another big insurance company on the horizon. You check, and I've seen a lot of insurances come my way. Looking at them right now. These guys are out of Israel called Voom. And they have a gap insurance. And I think a lot of the other YouTubers, including Harry, are promoting them because it's literally just a gap insurance for this $2,500 bullshit deductible that Uber tries to. Yeah, exactly. Nobody has that laying around.
So, I may do work for them. But again, I don't start working. You don't start working unless you get paid.
Yeah.
So to go back with Fair in 2021, I finally got a payment. I said, look, I cannot work pro bono. I'm not a charity. I believe in charity. I believe in charity work. I believe in GoFundMe. But I'm not forming a GoFundMe for my channel because you're not paying me. So,
and I think nobody's upset that you got paid. Right. I think what the upset part was that you were getting paid and nobody knew you were getting paid in the very beginning. And I think that's especially for us YouTubers, maybe to help with the transparency, especially when we're doing something.
100% transparent. I got $8,000 in 2023. I was supposed to get another $10,000. I haven't been paid on that. Just full transparency here. They say I recruited 50,000. There's no way I recruited 50,000 people for no way. It's absolutely no way.
That's a lot. I know it. That's a hard sell. 50,000 is a lot.
That's part of their sale. I didn't come up with those numbers. In fact, on paper, I said, I doubt I even got 50% of that. I told them, I said, why are you using 50,000 people, right? Now, some startups are legit. They get a lot of funding. I mean, Uber and Lyft, Travis Kalanick was a genius. He got billions of dollars of funding. There's a lot of startups that have started. For example, you look at Minnesota, there's $150,000 waiting for startups, Jeff. $150,000 in Minnesota because they were worried about Uber and Lyft pulling out. They quickly put a package together, and I'm talking about the state of Minnesota, and said, hey, any newbies out there, we have 150 grand for you. So let's say Jeff Watts or Torsten Kunert decided to start a Minnesota. Let's just talk about the hypothetical, Jeff. We could have gone, applied to the state, you and I, and said, okay, show me the 150 grand. We have the drivers. We'll recruit the passengers with the 150 grand. We legitimate players. And I can tell you what, we would have entered a space more powerfully together than all of those other idiots combined. I'm just saying.
One thing I know the one thing about the rideshare is if you don't pay the drivers, you don't pay for loyalty. You've got to pay for drivers. And that's what a lot of these companies, they're looking at shareholders and they're looking at you've got to take care of your drivers. If the drivers are not paid, because they deal with the customers one-on-one. If they're dealing with customers one-on-one, your app's not going to make it. It's not going to make it.
Yeah. And if you go out and you have a membership model in place, right? Like if you propose a membership model, and let's just hypothetically say, I know that a lot of startups are charging $100. I think Empower or whatever, right? I don't know the exact numbers, who's paying what, but let's take $100. If you are charging a driver $100 in the first month, and the driver is making $5, and in the second month, he's making $15. So he's made $20 and he's paid $200 in memberships. The driver's going to say, this formula,
it doesn't work. It's not
working out for me.
No.
Right. So that's why I say, if you have the funding, if you have $1 million or $5 million and you can actually run TV ads or whatever and convince riders and passengers and say, hey, you know what? We are cheaper than Uber and Lyft. Try us out. And even if a person would pay $50 and in the first month would break even, make $50 back, I will guarantee you they'll renew their membership for the second month, hoping to make $75 and maybe 6 months later making $1,000 and only paying 50% membership or 100% membership, right? We always do the math, right? We're all business people. But memberships fizzle out very quickly. It separates the good from the bad super fast.
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
If you like legal Zoom, I drive the shareholders of that. In fact, Kobe Bryant has a big share in legal Zoom. They membership driven. They are who they are. If people
And
are
people who,
renewing their legal membership every single month because they're getting legal value, right?
exactly.
If they need help, the legal Zoom is there for them. And I don't
And
know
that's
exactly what dollar.
see, and I think that's where Uber and Lyft failed. Uber and Lyft failed because they were charging memberships, but they weren't paying their drivers well. So people were paying memberships and not getting value for their money. They're getting canceled, declined. They're missing flights because the cars aren't showing up. So you, like you said, you can't pay a membership and not give value at the same time.
Yeah,
Where Hum,
and they had this,
and the reason why I like Hum,
right.
because Hum gives us freedom. I mean, it's complete independent contractor freedom, and it's hard for me to explain it, but they want you to go out there and generate a one-on-one with the community. They want you to build a business. A lot of apps want to retain all that data and all that information so they get power. Hum is like, we don't want the power. We want you drivers to have the power. Apps have to realize if drivers, we're independent businesses, if we're not given power, we're not going to want to do business with them for much longer, because nobody wants to be a slave forever. Nobody does. We'll slave for the first little bit to get our feet in, but after that, we're like, okay, this has to pay off.
Yeah, and you know, like the language you and I use, the slaves, the pigeons. Look, we want to end rideshare slavery, and we want to chase the pigeons away because they come down and peck the little corn, right? We want to get rid of them.
Exactly.
We're here to make money. We're not, you know, we here you teaching people how to make money. You making money, I'm making money. We're teaching people how to make money, and if a good thing comes along, you know, push it. So, for example, I am now, after you've piqued my interest, I would like to learn, like, okay, I would like to have a conversation. Tell me more about Hum. You've piqued my interest, right? You know what I mean? So once I see it and you can say, hey, I did it, and this work, then I can throw my weight behind it.
Yeah. And speaking of Hum too, I got word yesterday from the CEO that they're going to start now in Idaho, Boise, Idaho, because the laws in Idaho are similar to Arizona. So now they're going to start. So any driver in Boise, Idaho, download Hum. They're going to start marketing up there. You guys have the same structure with laws that we have with livery. So, and this is what they had to do. They're researching every state, every municipality, trying to figure out where Hum could fit in with his model, because the model we use is we do like the TNC where you can go through an app, but we also can drive up and do a ride like that using the app in the same way. It's a totally different model. So the laws have to kind of fit for it. So Boise, Idaho is the next market they're going to right now.
And if you, Jeff Watts, vouch for Idaho and you just send me like a press release, hey, I got this from the CEO. I want to see these people succeed. I want Hum to succeed, because the more legitimate players you have in the field, the less bullying
drivers get power.
Uber and Lyft can have, and then the drivers get the power and take the power back. So competition is healthy. If there's a block, you want a pizza store next to a sushi store, next to a California kitchen, next to whatever, you want competition, right? You want to enter the parking lot, park your car and say, hey, where do we want to eat today, honey? Oh, let's have sushi, right? But if we want to, we can go over there for pizza. And because there is healthy competition, the pricing is right. The problem is that with the Uber and Lyft pricing, the take rate, what they exploiting from the drivers and what they're paying us, people are like about to throw up. They're so sick and tired of the bullshit.
And that's why, like, even with your protest, the way your protests work is more like, you know, out in the open. Our protest is in the front seat to the back seat. We're ground, like we're right in the grassroots. And we're sitting there fighting every day.
Soldiers driving around and signs, stickers, whatever. Like,
and we're talking to people right in front and back seat, and we're breaking it down, explaining to them exactly how this business model is working for Uber and Lyft, letting them know, here's my card, get other drivers' cards. Do not go to these apps.
Omar, I mean, he's been bombarding me here. So we are upset you portrayed it as something you built and it's for the drivers. You should have said this company was paid advertising. Then the drivers, you've had an idea of whether they should back it or not. Okay.
Yeah, that's what people are saying.
Let's address exactly that. The co-op, as this model says, hey, come up, and then you become a part of the co-op, right? It's owned. The way a co-op markets itself, not me, the way the co-op markets itself is you become part of the co-op, right?
Yeah.
And what these guys said, oh shit, how do we grow it? So usually the companies, they create like whatever ambassadors or team leaders. I mean, that's a typical business model in any type of business. And then this was like the to-go guy in San Francisco. This was the to-go guy in Philadelphia. And the main company was just feeding the information through the channels, and then the drivers were getting it.
Yeah.
And today, the proposal that was sent to me a while ago, let's charge $250 for memberships. Oh, my words, Ultra, are you fucking crazy? Are you crazy? I said, you can't even charge 100.
I think I saw that part of your video. I fell out laughing. I was like, that's real shit. That's real.
If you want to charge 50, deliver on the 50.
Yeah,
so
250 is crazy.
What this guy needs to know, I am a marketing machine, right? I have an audience. Jeff has an audience. A driver comes along, goes and registers and looks, okay, what do they want from me? By the way, I do not make those. I'm not the chairman. I'm not the shareholder of this company. I don't make those decisions, right?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be paid for my work. I haven't received my second check. And at some point, there was one email shared with me that the team leader, African-American gentleman out of San Francisco, great guy, Chase, right? He had busted his balls. When I went up to the protest at the HQ, he came over with the posters and pizzas and everything, and like, hey, you know, can I jump in here with the media with my sign, my fair sign? Absolutely. I said, I even said, Chase, come over here, get the camera angle, get yourself in here, dude.
Yeah.
You're not on the camera. You need to stand over here. Nice guy, right? But when there was an email that I intercepted from the directors, the founders of FAIR to this guy, I said, hang on one second. You got to be some ethics and some morals in this game. You do not talk to human beings like that. That was the final straw that broke the camel's back. Having to fight for your first pay in 2021, having to fight for pay in 2023 because you have delivered. You've gone out there, made videos, you're answering emails. I mean, you answer a lot of emails and text messages on Hum, I'm sure. It takes a lot of time.
Oh, it does. It does.
And what we hope is that down the line, Jeff, and what this guy needs to understand, that if you have 10 horses in the race, you hope for that one stallion to come through the finishing line and you back that stallion. The other 9 donkeys are going to fizzle out. It's going to quickly. So when all the talk, right, investors, 500,000, million, 2 million, coming to LA, picking up checks, nothing happens.
Yep.
And you got to say,
and you can't do that for free forever because it takes up time.
Yeah, if I carry on, I'm the fool. Then there's only one fool, and that would be me. And I have to say, you know what? Sorry. Okay. You know, I got some money out of this. You got a lot of people from me, but this doesn't work. What broke the camel's back, and there has to be some integrity in the game, was this one email, and they are petrified. I'm not going to do it out of the respect to Chase. Chase said, please do not put that email up on the So out of respect to Chase, I will not do that. But that is perfect fodder and ammunition for any attorney, because it paints a very clear picture of who we are dealing here, the co-founders. Now, if you cannot show the money, if you cannot deliver on all of these promises and monies and millions of dollars that you wanted to spend on advertising, and all the driver really has to do is register, right? And if and when they charge memberships, if and when these people want to crowdfund, they better fucking deliver, right? They
exactly. Because at that point, you've got to have an app that actually works and gets people money. And that's what I want to tell a lot of drivers. Like, we as drivers as Hum, we do go out and we do recruit other drivers. We do it all the time because we want to get Hum up and running here. We're not paid to recruit. We do it because we really want to go out there and get this stuff up and running. But if Hum had enough money to pay somebody to actually recruit, I'm pretty sure we'd build it a whole lot faster.
It'll gain so much more momentum, so much faster. And, you know, and if you just say, hey, you know, these are good people, right? When I met all of these people, even when I took them out for dinner in LA, they're nice people. But you know, but when nice people can talk a talk, you know, hey, love you, brother. You got to help us support. And I said, I've really tried to support you for 5 or 6 years. I don't work for free. You're taking time
Exactly.
away from my 5 kids. You're taking time away from my wife.
That's what it is.
Right?
That's what it is.
And
It's
we need to
time.
get paid. We need to get paid. Right.
Yep.
So
And that's why I know, you know, with the way Hum is, you know, we don't really have a lot of time because we're all still drivers while we're trying to make money. We're trying to help them at the same point. If I was to stop driving just to help them, how would I pay my bills? That's what I would have to worry about. They'd have to pay me. But the fact that I'm still out working and I'm driving and we're drumming up business, we're doing stuff, I'm doing YouTube. I'm like, you don't have to pay me because I'll do this. I'll help because we need to help. The community needs to help. Drivers need a way out of this. So I'll do it completely for free. I'm not worried about it. So I get it. But I think what Omertil even says is like, why in the beginning, why would somebody not say I'm being paid to do this and then do it instead of at the back end, like today in 2024 saying, hey, I was paid for it. He just wants to know the rationale between why would a YouTuber in the beginning not say that they were paid to do something? Like, is it to create an illusion of success, or like, because in the beginning, I would be like, listen, guys, some people came to me, you know, I get a cut of this right here. I'm finna do this for y'all. They gave me, and just keep it on the table so people know, okay, this is what we're dealing with. But I mean, we can't go back in time now, but
my answer to this is the following. So if you are promoting for Hum for a year, right, and you're actually bringing names, if even you're doing it in your cars, you grassroots educating, and you're growing the base, and you're doing this a second year, and I'm talking 300 and this is my son, sweetie. I'm gonna pick you up in about 15 minutes. Dad's gonna hit the road in a few minutes. I'm on the phone in a feed with a friend on a YouTube live. Okay, love you. Bye. So sorry about that, guys. But so
good, brother.
Let's say 730 days later, you are rocking and rolling, right? And you've just doubled Hum's memberships. At some point, right, after 3 years, Jeff Watts has worked for Hum for 3 years. I think you're going to pose the question, say, hey, guys.
It would be nice.
It would be nice.
It would be nice if they said, hey, man, how much do you own your car? We'll cover that for you. It would be nice.
It would be nice if I could get something, right? And you know, and what you've brought in, you know, Jeff, it has value, right? You've brought in year 1, year 2, year 3. In year 3, I said, guys, I love charity, but I'm not charity. I'm not Mr. Charity Forever. So I asked for money. And maybe I didn't share like, oh guys, in year 3 I got $8,000, and that's what I got, $8,000. I can show that deposit, right? So and then going into the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th year, and you were really hoping that some of these big names that they were throwing out, entertainment names, they were throwing out Director X, they were throwing out, we getting money here. Nada, niente, nichts. Nothing.
Well, see, they knew who you were. They know who they're dealing with. Everybody knows who you know because we see you in pictures with people. We hear your stories and everything. So people know if they come to your platform, to your table, they got to come with equal or greater value.
The people in my pictures, Jeff, those are people I drive. Those are my clients and my friends.
Exactly. So they know who you deal with.
I got to pick them up at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning, take them to the airport, get them to get them there in time. And they say, hey, Torsten, thank you for showing up at 4 a.m. Here's another $50 tip. I get paid. Right, you get paid right after the trip. You don't run credits with new clients or referrals 5 times and they haven't paid you. No, I did 5 LAX trips for you, and you owe me 1,000. I haven't. No, we're not.
They call that a come up. They be like, oh, I came up on this driver. He's stupid. It's like, no, man.
This guy's dumb. He drives for free. No, it doesn't work like that, ladies and gentlemen.
I know it, man.
You have bills to pay. You have children to feed. I have bills to pay. I have children to feed. And what I want the guy to know, that after 3 years, I'm like, hell no, I'm not working. And yes, I did take $8,000. Okay.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, now that I'm out, I can say, hey, I did my work, right? Don't fuck this up. Don't charge $250 memberships. Don't do a combination of memberships and crowdfunding. Don't all my wording to them, right? Don't take money and crowdfunding and say, oh, we'll discount your memberships. I'm saying now you're talking about crowdfunding and memberships and 2 different types of legalities. I said,
and it's merging them together. Yeah, there's no hybrid model of that.
Look, I mean, if you're either going to go crowdfunding or you're going to go memberships, but to shoot out there on both fronts. Oh, because we can list on this and this crowdfunding site, and we can try and hustle memberships over here. I'm not going to be part of that. I'm not going to be part of that. Right.
Yep, exactly.
And you know, then my stupidity is that I went for 6 years. I think I honestly should have pulled out and said in 2021, guys, you're nice guys, but there's nothing happening. So I have to look myself in the mirror and say, why did you carry on for another 3 years? Right.
Yeah, and that's an honest question to yourself, though, because I would do the same thing, because you want to help people and you want to help drivers at the same thing, and you like, I want to get these guys benefit of the doubt, but damn, I got a channel that I got to maintain my integrity on, and that's why I think when you made the video, that's why I even said in my video, I'm glad you finally put your foot down and said, I'm out of it, I'm done. Because if you would have never made that video, people would have been wondering.
To spin it that all these 40 people did a vote. My attorney has already been contacting these people. Did you participate in a vote and dismiss this guy? I don't even know who this guy is. They don't even know who he is.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. It's like, what's going on with this?
And now there's a lot of stuff trickling to the surface. Now there are people sending you this, that. Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? I'm not. You know what? You got to say, hey, you know what? I've spent so much damn time on this. You got to have to figure out between their attorneys and my attorneys, like, hey, are you going to get paid or not going to get paid? If not, you put it down in your books as a loss, right?
Yeah, chalk it up and there's a loss to the game. And
mark it down as experience, maybe not good experience, so once bitten, twice shy, and then you mark it down in the accounting books as a loss, period, and you move on. But I like what you brought up, helping drivers. So you helping drivers, exposing them to other opportunities. We're helping drivers to protest, to try and push in legislation, laws, you know, like, hey, if we can lend a video to the Minnesota drivers, if we can lend a video to the New York drivers on July the 16th to support their strikes and protests, we have the channel, we have the audience. It doesn't cost anything, you know.
Yeah. And we've got to reach riders. We have to start reaching riders. Riders are our main goal.
Drivers, you need to educate riders. Hey, by the way, what did you pay? Oh, by the way, may I show you what I received? Oh my God.
Exactly.
I paid 100 and they gave you 35. Shit.
That was last night. That was last night. I'm gonna tell a story. Like, after you're done, you got to go pick up your son. I know. That's what I'm gonna tell these people last night. That is what was happening last night. And they're charging people for services, and it's all fees. It's not even the service. It's all fees. And they're running off with all this money out of everybody's economy, including New York, including California, including Minneapolis. They're taking money out of all these economies, leaving dilapidated neighborhoods, and we have nothing to put back into the economy now. We're drivers with no money. We have nothing to give back.
And that's why, you know, when you make the videos and you just need to keep them coming, when you are showing people how to step into their own space and take ownership and be their own identity, which you powerfully enforcing, hey, look, I did this trip, Uber paid me this, I'm earning this now. And yes, there are costs associated with upgrading maybe to a big car, etc., etc. But in the long run, if you follow the formula, if you follow Jeff's formula, if you follow my formula, you got to put in the hours. You got to hustle. Like, I like the video about teamwork. Hey, I love that video, by the way, the short. I can't help you out, but my team might have a limousine or a party truck for you, right?
Yeah.
So you're all working together as private drivers, as a team. And I do it with certain people here in LA. And then you're feeding each other business, but you're growing together. And guess what? When the money comes in the Zelle or the Venmo or the cash or the check or the Square or Stripe comes, it goes into your account. It doesn't go to Uber. And then, by the way, thank you. We made $100 thanks to you, and 70%.
We're gonna siphon some money off. I know, $2 tips, $1 tips. Like,
drivers need to, if you have a little bit of risk in you, and if like, it's not even risk, right? But if you want to go trade in your car, and like you did, get a nice black bigger car, and there's so many things you can do for free. You can create your website, you can create your videos, you can create your Twitter, and you start promoting yourself. That's just your time. You can do that at night when the kids are asleep. right? You
Exactly.
can promote your limo service as your private service. And when that phone rings and you get the first booking and you actually see, shit, I made 150, 200
It
bucks here.
feels good. It feels
It
good.
feels amazing. You
Yep.
feel
It
like
is way different than an Uber ping. It's
you
way
feel like
different.
a rock star.
Yeah.
You don't have
And
to wait till
I think once
Monday.
we get, and a lot of drivers, even in my comments, they say that I converted my first ride today, and they're so happy because it's a different feel from getting a ping and a tip. I mean, to convert a ride is you trusting yourself, having confidence in yourself, and somebody else saying, I trust you, I have confidence in you. Okay, let's do it. It's a way different feeling. And now you got to use all the gains from that to go out, get your commercial insurance, get your business permit, all the gains you're making, start putting some of that money aside because that's the business you're building. Uber won't pay you enough to build a business. So if you're doing conversions on the side, start looking at, okay, how much is it going to cost me to get commercial insurance? Because one day you're going to want to be completely off the plantation.
100%.
One day you're going to one day just be like, I got my own commercial insurance. I got my own client base. I'm making a ton of money. I can do this. And so
and by the way, this feeds indirectly what you're saying, feeds into, let's read this guy's comments, Jamil. You feed to other groups of people around you, but you still get a percentage that's wrong. We don't do anything like that here. We don't want anybody's money. We want the group to earn.
Right? Yeah, I see what he says. We don't want referral money. Like if I give Jamil one of my rides, then he just takes it because he's helping me out because I can't do it. So he's going to get it and he won't give me any referral for it. But it's cool because one day he's going to do the same thing for me.
That is your arrangement because he'll reciprocate, you reciprocate, you're working like there's not a tit for a tat, right? But if if it's a one-way direction and all your leads are going out to others and nobody
then that's not good. That's not good. Because that's not a true teammate. That's an opportunity.
Group work is teamwork, where every team person plays together and looks out for each other. In my business, I
just push leads.
I'm sending out the leads, and it's a one-way direction. These guys are not bringing me a lead and saying, "Hey, I brought you a lead for free."
Okay, that's a different situation.
So it's legitimate, right? So, but
it's a different situation. And it's like a bird dog fee when you go to a car lot, and if you can refer people to come buy cars, they give you like $200. But you never go to the car lot and say, "Hey, send me a lead so I can sell a car too." The car lot, it only works one way, so
you help each other.
Exactly.
You have a Toyota dealership and a Suburban dealership, and the guy comes in and says, "Hey, I want this Sequoia." No, sorry, you know what? We won't get it in the next 6 months, but I highly recommend you go across the street and get a Suburban. My buddy over there, Harry, he sells Suburbans. He'll take care of you. Guy walks across the street, Harry, I sent you a referral. Thanks, brother. I'll send you one when the Sequoias come in, right?
Yeah, so that's how it
works, Jeff.
Yep. That's how that works. Yeah.
Referrals, to me personally, referrals, you can make a lot of money. If you have a good marketing machine and you're dishing out the referrals and you're keeping these people happy. If you give somebody a referral that's making $200, I don't think that $20 coming back, like when the guy's making $180 and you're getting $20 back.
It's kind of it's kind of how we talk about when we want to talk to like the valet. If the valet refers us a bunch of drivers, we'll give them a small cut because they're helping us out. They're giving us leads. And if the valet gives us leads, we want to take care of the valet driver.
The valet guy, you know who they are. I know who they are. Every now and again, I'm like, bring a burrito around or bring him a case of Corona or stick him a 20 or give him 100, right? Because he's taking care of you, right? And the best thing, by the way, just for people getting into your arena and my arena, when you have a business cards, referral cards, right? With your name, Jeff, and your car, right? And then you have they have these little numbering machines, Jeff. And when you stick it, it goes 001, 002, 0030. So what you do is with the valet guys, you assign 1 to 50 to that hotel, 51 to 100 to the other guy at the other hotel, 101 to 151 to the guy at the Peninsula Hotel. So you know exactly which. So when by the way, I got a referral card is 50% off. Yeah, absolutely. I'll honor that and look at my database. Oh, I got that from Hector Gonzalez down at the Peninsula Hotel. I make a note. Right. And I said, Hector, I'm making Hector up now. Right. But Hector, I got a referral from you. You cannot forget that, because when you come back and show him, hey, I got your referral cards, you got 3 in here, he'll send you 10 other people. That's really how that's how I started getting a lot of referrals. But at some
because I talk about putting that in our phones. When I say, when you put a contact in your phone, put where you got that contact from, so you know what works and what don't work.
You know,
and if you see a bunch of Lyft on there, you know, Lyft is really sending you a ton of leads. If you see Uber on there, you know, Uber sending you a lot of leads. If it says like laundromat, you know, you're getting a ton of leads from this same laundromat. You gotta list
Jeff,
where you
another
get
one,
it from.
Another one. So let's say you meet a good business professional, and these guys, if they're getting good service, they're gonna refer 4 or 5 other people to Jeff, right? Just basic good referrals. Hey, I got a good driver. I'll share the name, right? So what you also what I think what a good driver also does is like, okay, that business guy that I drive a lot, he introduced me to 5 new families, right? And then maybe at Christmas time or Easter, they need a favor for kids. Hey, can you drive my kids down there? You drive the kids down there, and then you drop them off, and they say, hey, how much do I need to Venmo you? You know what, Jack? You've sent me 5 quality people, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That one's on me, right?
Yeah,
so
like
I give a lot of freebies, and the people love that, right? Because I got a good deal going now for the kids. So the kids like to go to SoFi or crypto, and I have a client that has suites at all of these arenas. So the kids say, "Hey, Dad, there's Travis Scott going on, or there's a soccer game going on." Right? I do a deal with my private client. You know, I say, "Hey, you know what? That has a lot of value to my children. I give you 5 trip credits." Right? And they're not going to hold it to me if I give them 4 credits or 5 credits. It's basically you giving me value. I'm giving you value back. And maybe like what you're planning with your team or with your group is you're all taking care of each other, right? So there's no like measurement system. Oh, you did $100 more. I did $100 more for you. You did $20 less for me. No.
We don't do that. Yeah.
So, I mean.
Yep. Well, man, I appreciate you. I know you got to go pick up your son and everything. I appreciate you coming through it, just kind of breaking that situation down. And you know me, feel free to clip
I know
anything you want out of this video.
I know your character, and I know that was an attack, and I knew I had to make a video. I didn't have to watch the whole video. I just said, look, it's a legitimate question. I'm going to get back to him because, like, you know, we work different ways, but we
got the same goal. Yeah, we have the same end goal.
Right.
Yeah.
And like you're going to tell me a little bit more about hum and you know, and you're going to, you know, you pass the 10,000 mark and
finally, geez.
When the 20,000 comes up.
I appreciate it.
And you know what's cool, that like when you hit that 10 or that 20, I don't know what the magic number is, but there is some weird magic number. All of these sponsors start coming to you. I got a Peloton bike the other day. Hey, can you ride the Peloton bike in one of your videos? So, you know what I mean?
Like, I don't exercise.
Okay. End it. You know, it has value, right?
Yeah, I know it. But and that's the thing. Funny. Yeah, I would love to get like sponsors that can actually do something that can get drivers more money. Like, how can we get, and I mean like a substantial amount of money. Not just, I mean, I want to get people out of rental cars into actual cars. I want car dealerships to say, hey, man, come down and we'll work with you. If you're a rideshare driver, you're trying to do it, we'll work for you, man. Just come on down. That's who I want to hit the channel. People who are really ready to bet on drivers, not just extract money out of us or something, but to just bet on us.
It's got to be a fair deal, even if you're dealing with a car dealership or somebody, obviously not a Hertz because they're gangsters, right?
Yeah.
If you're dealing with a guy that really wants to offer good deals, you know on paper what a good deal is, and then if it truly is a good deal, then you endorse it, right? You endorse that company in Phoenix or Scottsdale.
Yeah.
But like I can't go out there and say, oh, you know what? I highly recommend you drive for Hertz. Right. Good luck.
Because you know what's going to happen.
The
person's bank account goes. That's the first thing we worry about is how it's going to affect my bank account. Yeah, it's like, man, don't mess with it. Don't mess with it. No, I appreciate you coming.
These guys are brutal, man.
Oh yeah, and you know you can clip up this video if you want to and use it on your channel, because I like this to be in your catalog as well for the conversation we had, just for record keeping, you know, and just trap the video and be like, hey man, I'm gonna throw it on my
back and forth. If there's a good topic and say, hey, collaborate with me on this one or collaborate. I'm talking the same language. It's like sometimes people are a little bit sensitive on
we're building the same house, but we're using different tools. Like one of us is probably laying cement, the other one's building framing, somebody might be putting on shingles, somebody could be doing windows, but we're all building the same house. We're just doing different parts of the house.
Yeah. And
it's like,
you know what drivers need to realize is that I think as a YouTuber, when you're out there, you cannot always be right, and you should never rely on a YouTuber to be 100. You have to do your own homework at the end of the day. And guess what? You're
Yeah.
going to find out the hard way yourself. So
Oh,
whether
yeah.
you go to Avis or Hertz, we can say, hey, be careful. But only you're going to go to Hertz and Avis and find out if how they treat
they really
you.
got you. Yeah.
Because we are not Hertz and Avis. We can only repeat what others people have warned us about. And listen, if Fair tries any monkey business in the next 30 or 60 or 100 days,
I know you own it already. You own it.
We report on it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
There was one guy that said to me, oh, I got billed in Atlanta. They don't even drive in Atlanta. And then they returned the money. I said, at least fucking you lucky they returned the money. Trip, they ran with the money.
Oh, you know yeah. I heard about Trip. Yeah, I heard about Trip. It's
By
like,
the way,
man.
The founder of Trip, I've bumped heads with him and his son 1,000 times. He's dead. He's dead.
What? Karma, man.
He's
karma.
Gone. With cancer, he's gone.
Karma, man. It'll get you. Like the universe will throw you the karma.
His son is in hiding, is running everywhere.
Oh, yeah, because everybody wants their money back. They know they're going to take him to court for something.
He's taking a lot of money.
Yeah.
So even that son, he used to hide out in Santa Monica. He ain't in Santa Monica anymore. He's on the run.
See, it'll all catch up to you, man.
Catch up with you, baby.
Like I tell people, just walk in truth and let happen. Whatever happens, let it happen. But if you walk on some shady shit, it'll catch up to you in a worse way. And you, like you said, you'll be like him. You'll be running and hiding all the time. Man, that's crazy.
But like, you know, even, you know, I get some really good referrals from Harry, because when people approach Harry, what they do is like, oh, you have 200,000 subscribers, right? So by the way, Harry doesn't do many sponsorship deals, but he charges an arm and a leg. I know that. He charges anywhere from 30 to 70 grand, what I've heard. That's a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money, right? And if out of that sponsor, I can get a bone, a $2,000 or a $5,000 bone.
I'm like, what are you selling, sod?
So, you know what I mean?
Like,
so
holy
but some of these companies have budgets, and what they do is like they'll say, "Hey, which YouTubers, which influencers do you know?" Well, unfortunately, I can't introduce you to that guy because he has 150 subscribers. But I could possibly introduce you to that guy who has 5, 10, 20, 30, 40. And Harry has been good to me. He's really has. He's and that's why every 6 months I have this thing. And Harry and I will also bump heads. I'll question him sometimes where his loyalties lie. I'll always.
You have to question people, man.
He's a good guy, because I think what he did, the smartest move, he brought in Chris and Sergio, who are pretty like Pitbull-like, which I like, right? Yeah. So it's not like a one-side. It doesn't sound like, okay, we may be cozying up enough too much to the companies. Sergio goes in Pitbull style, like you and like me. But what Harry. And I can say thank you, Harry, for always thinking about me when it comes to big sponsors. You know, he just introduced another 2 guys to me, and you know what, Jeff, that pays our bills. It's called marketing, right? Yeah,
and that's why I said I'm glad today when you said, hey, I'm a marketer. You let people know exactly where you stand. I am out here to bring you information. I'm out here to help. You know, if there's something out there that I think has value, I'm going to bring it to you, and people are going to pay me for it. At least say your position. And that's what I think even Arnold, he was like, just state your position. That's all we want to know is what is your position. And that's just a part of just having it.
You're gonna like this, because I'm gonna end you with this little, you know, we all have stories from our past. We all.
Yeah.
When I was drafted into the army as a youngster, as 19, I'm like, hell no, I'm not gonna go up to the border and kill people and wipe out families. Hell no. Hell no. No,
that's me. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
Alive, they were dead, right? They didn't come in. So I would operate like a champion. I'd say, what do I need to do to not go and fight at the border? And
I don't want to kill somebody.
I'll tell you the funniest and maybe one of the luckiest stories in my life, because I do believe there's a higher power. I do believe there's a higher power that always looks out for you. If you want guidance and
hey, I got my angels numbers. Yeah.
They'll take care of you. And I said, listen, I need help. I don't want to fucking go to the border and kill people. That's not who I am. That's not how my parents raised me. I said, like, send me some little angel. Yeah. And I'm in the army and I'm hitchhiking, and it was illegal to hitchhike. I was in my uniform with my beret and I'm hitchhiking. And military police, the army police pull up. Get in the back. You cannot hitchhike at night in your Browns. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. And that means usually you go to some sort of detention camp for a week or two and you scrub streets and you march all day. They'll fuck you up like big time, right?
Yeah.
I was scared. I was sitting in the back there, little 19-year-old, and I was scared. And I said, hey, what do you guys do? Like, how does this all work? And I get into a conversation with them. And they say, no, we work the computer systems and we're in charge for all the, you know, we make sure that this guy goes there and this guy goes to the Angola, or this guy. I said, you guys are the fucking guys behind the computers. I said, but you're in a military police van. Yeah, we just picked you up because it's unsafe, but it's okay. They said, we'll drop you off. We'll drop you off at your camp. And I'm like, oh my God, I just got lucky. I got lucky. So,
that's funny, shit.
I'm talking, and the one thing I learned sales from a very young age, and I said, Jeff, I told him, I said, listen, I'll be honest with you, sir. It was a lieutenant. I said, Lieutenant, I don't want to go to Angola or any of these places and kill people. What do I need to do? They're like, what do you need to do? We'll give you a laundry list of items we need. Jeff, it was a list like this. Fridges, tires, stereo systems, like a whole fucking list.
Shopping list of shit.
A whole list of shit, right? And the guy, and I'm like, you serious? I said, I'm trusting you now. He says, oh, we're trusting you too, because we disclosed a lot of information to you too. So trust works both ways. And I said, yeah, you're right. So they said, when do you think you can get all of this stuff together? And he said, you get that shit together, my friend, and you and three of your friends, you send me the names, and we will make sure you get a good, safe position. Where do you live? I live in Johannesburg. Okay, Witwatersrand Command is the head office of the army at that time in Johannesburg. So I shook the guy's hand, because my dad was, you shake the guy's hand. I said, I will get you the stuff on that list. So I ran to three friends, because I already had my three friends that were on my list. And I said, listen, we got to hustle. We got to get all this shit. So you're fucking mad, Torsten. You're mad. So I hustled like a champion. I spoke to my parents at the end, like, you know, hey, fucking get me a fridge or whatever. But I got everything together. All that shit. All the shit. And I said, hey, where do I drop this off? And the guy gave me an address in Pretoria, and I drove all the shit off up there. There was a guy, they weren't there. I delivered everything. And then after that, I just prayed. So I'm on the military grounds. There's 40,000 people lined up in the sun. Name and where you going, right? So Jeff Watts, you going to whatever, you know what I mean? Torsten Kunert, Witwatersrand Command, Johannesburg. Craig Coots, Witwatersrand Command, Johannesburg. Wendon Laupscher, Witwatersrand. All those four people went to the safest and best place in the world.
Because you got the refrigerator and tires and shit.
I'm like, you guys owe me fucking big time. Your parents owe me.
That's why they're still alive to this day. He's like,
they're alive.
tires and refrigerators.
They're around. They're alive. They are actually. They're on my Facebook friends. And so the funny thing is I got a job. I was in a unit with 10 people under a general, and we did all the funds and institutions, meaning we would roll into a province in South Africa. We would meet with the CEOs, collect marketing and sponsorship checks. That's where I learned it, right? The big checks, 50, 100, 500,000. We're just little 19, 20-year-old kids. But we knew how to talk. We knew how to work the lines, and we had a very tight team under this general. So I worked for the South African funds and institutions, raising sponsorships, millions and millions of dollars in 3 years. And what we did with the dollars is we would go into the African townships like Soweto, Khayelitsha, Gugulethu, Nyanga, and we would clean up the townships. We would bring in army trucks with armies. We would clean all the trash, and we'd involve the children. And the children would fill a bag of trash, and then they would get a book or puzzles or educational. So it was we were giving educational toys back, and we created this goodwill, and it blew up in the media. We created this goodwill between soldiers and
the towns, yeah,
and the town and the townships, right?
yeah.
And it was a beautiful 3 years. It was a very interesting 3 years, flying around the country, cleaning up, collecting checks, blah blah blah. And from that, I got that's how I ended up working for the Mandela family for 3 years.
No, okay.
Because
Dang,
I
that's
knew
what's
the
up. That's what's
townships.
up.
You could blindfold me. The people knew me. The people knew what I'd done. The media we did. And I ended up working for Nelson Mandela's grandchild, Zezé Dlamini, for 3 years with the youth ambassador. And we went around the Southern African countries and gathering books and giving educational materials. He was all about education. It was called the Nelson Mandela's Children's Fund. And they brought books from the US to Africa, built little schools like out of containers, and it was 2 to 3 years of pro bono work, but it opened up all these international contacts. And that really, in my early 20s, I couldn't have asked for a better life lesson between the age of 19 going into the army and the age of 25. And you know, that's God. Somebody took care of me, you know.
Yep.
Some people died in the army, sadly, and we honor them.
Exactly. That's a good story, though.
But my son's gonna kill me because we got to supposed to pick his car. And
all right, cool, Professor. Hey, man, I appreciate you coming through and just breaking it all down for everybody.
And then somebody says, "Thanks you for clearing the air about Sergio and Chris and Harry." At the end of the day, my friends, there's a big audience here. They have an audience. I have an audience. Look at the overall message. The overall message is what's most important. And what we all realize, whether it's Sergio, Harry, Jeff, or I, we look at 2023's numbers and we look at 2024's numbers. And sadly for us,
going down.
It's going down like that. And for them, it's going up like that. So I think what we all have in common is just trying to figure out ways how to survive in that arena and how to be better. That's all.
Yep. Balance the industry out. Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, thank you, my brother. Hey, get out there and get. What's that? All right, man. We'll chop it up, brother. We'll definitely chop it up. You be easy out there, Torsten. All right,
you
brother.
have a good one. Thank you, my friend.
All right,
Bye-bye.
You too, brother. All right, later.
Bye.
All right, you guys. You wanted to hear it, and he came through and he gave it to us, man. That was the truth about from the beginning to the end about what happened. And I know Omertil, he was like, well, I want to know what happened in the beginning. We can't go back in time, but we can ask and say, hey, any influencers out there, any YouTubers out there, if you gonna do something and sell something to somebody, at least in the beginning, say, hey, they gave me money. They gave me money to tell you guys this. At least just keep it 100. Yeah, thank you, Duato. And it was sort of like an interview format because I really wanted him to get his story out there because we harp on people. I mean, and I don't mean just him in general, but and we harp on people when they hit the media for anything, and we want them to come into the media and tell their side of the story. So I wanted to just hear his side of the story. That was all. Like, hey, man, what happened? And I know we may disagree on, from how it was in the beginning, because I know me. I would have been straight from the get-go like, hey, man, dude came through. They dropped me off some cash. They told me this and that. This is what we're going to do. These are our plans right here. And maybe with some of the cash, I might take people to dinner, help people out with a car part or something like that. But I will always be 100 to say, hey, this person took care of me already. This is what they paid. Just like when I'm doing my rides and all that stuff, I tell people what people paid me, what I didn't get paid, how I got slighted, how I didn't get a tip. I keep it 100 all across the boards. Because with that, you can just walk in truth. You never have to look behind you and say, oh, man, I lied about that. Oh, how am I going to clean that up? Never worry about a cleanup. If you have a bad day, you have a bad day. Just like last night, concert, $50. And I tell people, true, I got a big old black SUV. This SUV should making me $300-$400 per concert. I mean, like $50. I mean, I couldn't lie and say, hey, man, I made $400 at that concert last night. Then I open my phone and you see a $50 sitting on the screen like, dude, you made $50. It's like, oh, that's right. I did say I made $400. My bad. You ain't got to lie about nothing. Just keep it 100 about stuff, man. Real. I believe that motivators and influencers are different things. Yeah, I believe that. Man. Hey, thank you, Jamil. Great job, Jeff. Let him know the 300 is 100 all facts. And that's the thing, he's right about how we're all fighting this battle. I choose to fight this. And I'm glad he told a story. I'm glad he told the story about how he got involved in marketing at a young age. So it kind of lets everybody know. And somebody said something about, instead of the Rideshare Professor, call him the marketing professor. That shit was funny. But I saw that, but he was like telling the story. I didn't want to start laughing. But it's like he told how he got involved in marketing. And that's very important in knowing why he's so good at what he does, why so many people come to him for marketing and stuff like that. Because you don't know what he says to people behind the scenes. We don't know that. But he does things about knowing how to get from point A to point B. And he talks to people with a lot of money and are trying to do some major things. And this is why they market. Harry and them, they're the same way. This is how they market. So a lot of people like to generate a base of people. And with this base of people, they're going to say, I'm going to sell my base of people this product or this service. This is what I'm going to do. So like I said, the vultures come in and say, hey, we're going to give this so you can sell to your people. Me, I'm more of like an army builder. I'm like, bruh, we gonna go out and get this money tonight. Tell these riders these motherfuckers ain't paying us. I don't have a product to sell. I only want you to know how much you're worth. That's all I want to know. You need to sell yourself. That's my big thing. I can't sell nobody else's product or services that good, but I know me. I could sell myself good because I know my potential. I know when I can pull an engine out, when I can pull a transmission out, but I can't sell no transmission service to you. Hey, man, go down and check out ABC Transmission today. You guys are going to save so much money with AB. I don't know shit about them. They might fuck your transmission up. But if you ask me to do it, oh, I'm going to fix it. Trust me. If it take me all day, I'm fixing your transmission because I know me. And that's what I want to tell you guys about the drivers, about you being a driver out there. You go out there, as Jeff Black called him the marketing professor. That's who said it. I knew somebody said some shit like that. I was like, who said that? And it's like, and that's why I want to, when I attack these apps, I attack them in a way, because I told you from the very, very beginning, when they first started this, where I made a video said the war against drivers, because we used to do good. We had Lux. We were doing good on Lux. The Lux drivers were separated from the lowest tier, the entry level tier, because the entry level tier were getting all the good surges, getting all the good challenges, getting all the good quests. Lux, we wasn't getting that many rides, so I couldn't really hit a quest, but all I needed was a few good rides. I didn't need to hit a quest or a challenge on Lux. I was doing okay. But all the base tier was getting all the challenges. They were getting, $400 a week challenges, $350 a week challenges. Then it went to $70 a week. It's like, okay, something's going on, man. They started a war against us. And when I realized they started a war against us, that's when I said, let's all fight back. This is what we do. We gonna fight back. I started putting business cards online. I started saying, let's get our private client bases up. If we gonna hit them, let's not hit them at the protests and walking down the streets with poster boards, popsicle sticks and shit. No, let's get them in their pockets. Let's go out here and let's talk to this rider. But if you pick up 10 riders that day, I want 8 of those riders to pay you direct. You're gonna have 2 rides on your app for that day. They're gonna say, damn, man, he made $12 a day. Really, you made about $300 because everybody else, you kept them off app and you got paid directly for it. And that's how I started the war back with them, which is very different from how some other channels fought. Some other channels fought war by saying, well, just drive, like take all the rides, take 100% of the rides, and they're going to be nice to you. They were saying this shit. The more rides you take, the higher your AR is, the nicer the apps will be to you. So just take everything. Just keep taking everything, and they're going to be really nice to you. That's how you fight. So you tell them if I'm in a schoolyard finna fight somebody, if they punch me in the face, I'm supposed to turn the other cheek, let them hit the other side, and that's how I'm gonna win the fight. It's like, what the fuck? Hold up for a second. This motherfucker just told me let him punch me in the face and then turn around, let him hit me in the other side of the face, and I'll win the fight somehow. That shit don't work like that. I've never heard of winning a fight like that. You swing on me, I'm gonna duck and I'm gonna swing back, and if I connect, trust me. And so when these riders get in my car, I'm connecting. That's how I'm connecting them punches. Every rider get in. Hey, you want to put this on Square? Yep. Another rider get in. Hey, you want to put this on Cash App? Yep. Another rider get in. Hey, you want to do this in cash? This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Marcel's out to get money right now. Pick up a humpback, getting paid $50 for this one ride. There you go. That's how we swing back. You don't let these apps, Uber and Lyft, punch you in the face and you say, oh man, I'm going to do 100% of the rides. No, you duck that. They send you some bullshit, duck it. Slide them a hum car, slide them your personal car. Tell them, I can't do this ride for $13. I could do it for $25 though. I can't do it for $13. All right, cool. I'll do it for $25 because they're charging me $29. $25 sounds like a good deal. And you ain't even got to tip me. Give me $25. You ain't even got to tip me because $25 is way more than $13 they was trying to pay me. I'm cool with it. So you're getting $4 less. You ain't even got to tip me. Everybody's happy. The app's not happy, but they the ones who swung on me first. I just ducked and I came back and I swung and I connected. Now I got that $25 now. And that's how I fight back. And these apps know how we hitting because they looking at their financial statements and they look at their daily numbers. They look at their regional numbers. They're looking at their weekly and monthly numbers and they like, damn, these motherfuckers is hitting us with these private rides. So they start doing what? Sending out emails. You guys can't be doing off-app rides. Don't send me that shit. I'm an independent contractor. Keep that email. Don't bother me. I'm working right now. Can't do it off-app rides. Tell you what, send that to every American right now. Send that to 340 million people. Send that same email to 340 million people saying you can't do off-app rides. They're going to say, what the fuck is this about? I can't do an off-app ride. What app are you talking about? Candy Crush? Motherfucker, I don't even have Uber. Like, you telling me I can't do an off-app ride? I don't even have Uber on my phone. Oh, well, you're good. You don't have to worry about app rides because you don't have our app on your phone. So if you telling me only the people that have Uber on their phone can't do off-app rides, then I'm going to delete that shit off my phone because I'm going to do some off-app rides. It's like shit. If you telling me the only way you can do off-app rides is not to have Uber on your phone, that's all you got to tell me. Remove, uninstall. Now I'm doing all off-app rides with that motherfucker because you got 340 million people doing rides today in their cars. Cars with 4 doors, cars with 2 doors, no cars with 1 door. Bunch of cars out there doing rides, and all these rides are not done on apps. There's people getting in. Hey, man, did you get that wire my mom sent you? Yeah, I got the wire. Cool. You get that money my mom sent you? Yeah, I got it. Cool. There's a lot of people doing off-app rides. So Uber can need to send that message to 100% of the Americans out here. Send that same message to everybody and see who takes that shit seriously. Because I don't take it. And I got the app on my phone. I don't take that shit seriously. So I'm like, no, because I'm not going to let you enslave me and tell me that I have to accept what you pay me. Like I said, me, Eric, and Christian last night, all three parked in the same area, standing right next to each other. We're all getting 3 different prices on our phone for the exact same ride. They're looking at what idiot's going to take it. They gave it to Christian for 19. Gave it to me for like 1583. Gave it to Eric for 1586. They seeing what idiot's going to take it. So if they have the power to move the prices around, they got the power to move the numbers around. Why don't I have the power to move the numbers around? I'm not your slave. I'm an independent contractor. I don't work for you. I'm not your employee. Your employees are playing with the numbers. Giving it to him for 19, but I'm standing right next to him. I get it for $4 less because you feel like it? Nah, doubt it. And that's why I do it the way I do it. What Brian say? Lyft dropped me off the app last night because I had been on for too long. How many rides did I take? 0. How much money did I make with them? 0. They do that to me all the time. And one time I had a surge on my phone and I just had it sitting here and they logged me off with the surge and everything. I was like, I was going to use that. You dirty motherfuckers. I was going to use that surge, man. And they straight just kicked me off. I looked over and it said, go online. I was like, where the hell did they kick me offline? But that's what these apps are doing. So, like I said, for all those drivers up in New York, man, we support y'all. But y'all got to support us too. If you want me, and like I said, this is not me asking the drivers in New York for anything. I don't ask nobody for nothing. But if you want the message to get out, you need to share channels like mine because my channel is a battle channel. If you in New York and you not sharing my channel, you shooting yourself in the foot. Because I talk to riders, I talk to drivers, I talk to the app employees, I talk to all these motherfuckers. So if you not sharing my channel, you Barney Fifing it through this shit. So don't look and tell me, Jeff, how come you ain't everybody in New York would always be doing what we do. If you shared my channel, y'all wouldn't be sitting around begging for no money. Y'all wouldn't be worried about getting kicked offline. Y'all see me getting suspended offline all the time. What do I do when I get suspended? I do cash rides. If you would have been sharing my channel, you'd known that. Man, they kicking me offline. Then it's time to do cash rides. That's all that means. Let them kick you offline. They do me like that all the time. But unless you sharing this channel, unless you getting the information, the instructions on how to fight back, you're not gonna make it. Don't come at us at the last minute when you know the enemy is standing outside the door about to kick your door down. Jeff, we need help. Jeff, we need help. Jeff, we need some help. I'm like, have you been watching my channel? No. Then you ain't helping yourself then. The fuck you coming to me for? I've already gave you the weapons. I've gave you the ammunition. I gave you everything you needed and you ignored it. And now when you need it, You asking me, can you help? Can you help? Can you let people know? We've been letting people know. We've been letting y'all know. We've been on Facebook letting people know. We've been on Instagram letting people know. We've been walking up talking to people at bike events. Like I said, all of our hum cars were sitting in line. We talking to everybody about how Uber's screwing people. How we've been letting people know we've been in this fight. If you ain't been sharing my channel, you ain't been in this fight. This is a fight channel, and I'm fighting for the money in your pocket. So if you ain't fighting to help build this channel, fighting to build the 300, then you shooting yourself in the foot. You Barney Fifing it. You're going to come down to the point where you need this channel. You're going to need our help. You're going to need our exposure. And we already in 12th grade, motherfucker. You in the 9th grade. We already in 12th grade. We've been past that point. I've showed many videos, Lyft suspending me for 24 minutes. For that 24 minutes, I was doing $40, $50 rides. Lyft suspend me for 54 minutes. Guess what? I'm making $90 in that 54 minutes, and I ain't worried about that damn suspension. This has been the fight channel. We've been bringing the fight to them because I told you a long time ago, they started a wage war. And if you want to battle like that, we ain't tucking our tail. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. I'm not going to sit around and wait until they be nice. Oh, Jeff, just keep taking 100% of the rides. They're going to be nice. They're going to give you the advantage. You're going to have the advantage here, Jeff. I'm like, man, fuck that. I don't want no advantage. I want some money. If you're going to have me drive this car for 20, 30 miles, pay me. Don't just say, we're going to give you an advantage by making sure you get 5% more on your next trip. That means if you give me $1, I really get a nickel. You're giving me a nickel more out of $1. That's all. That's what 5% is. It's a nickel. You're giving me a nickel. Like I'm a grown ass person. I'm not trying to go to the candy stores. No little kid buying no fucking Chico sticks and shit for a nickel. I'm a grown man. A nickel's not going to do it for me. It's not. So 5%. No, I told you I'm about 100%, which means if you're going to pay me 17, you need to consider paying me 34. Because last night, just like I told you, they was $15 for those rides, $15.86, and they was charging $59.99, which means you could have given me 100% increase from $15.86 all the way to $31.72. You can say we're gonna give you $31.72 instead of $15.86, and guess what we're gonna do? We still gonna charge them $59.99. You could have gave me 100% increase. You didn't have to give me no nickel. Give me a 100% increase. You still make money when you give me 100% increase. That's what I'm here for, the 100%. Not no fucking 5%. I'm not here for that. So I'm one of those people that, like I said, we know app employers are watching. We know they can't say shit because they sign NDAs. We know that already. So I can say what I want to say, do what I want to do, act how I want to act, drive how I want to drive. They got to sit there and listen to me. They can't say shit to me. Oh, we're going to take you off the app. And I'm still going to do cash rides, and all I'm going to do is pull up to a hotel. Hey, anybody need a ride? I got my numbers. I got Square accepted on my motherfucking shirt. And if you kick me off your app, you hurting yourself because I'm not making money for you no more. I make money for myself. Me being on your app helps your app, and it don't help me. What helps me is being out in these streets, educating everybody. Educating drivers I meet at the gas stations, rolling up, seeing Big Benny. Benny's like, hell yeah, but I just did a $50 ride, man. Appreciate how you be doing that shit, man. I just did a $50 ride. That's what I'm talking about. If we gonna battle, we gonna battle. We in these streets creating soldiers out there. These apps don't want to fuck with us like that. It's just like I tell you up in New York. If you ain't sharing and supporting channels like this that's really giving you the information to battle, you can't come to us at the end when you got the enemy at your door. Because right now, the enemy is at your door. They gave you all these settlements, gave you all these increases, gave you all these benefits, and then they lock your ass out of work. Lock you out of work. How they lock you out of work? They don't lock. When they suspend me, what do? I make money while I'm suspended. I make more money suspended than I make on the app. When the shit says go online, I don't make shit. You suspend me, I'm banking. Please suspend me. Because what did I tell you? This ain't pigeon shit over here. If you suspend me, you turn me into a bear. You just turn me into an eagle. Now I got to fight for my food now. Now I got to go into the woods. I got to go into the stream and catch this motherfucking salmon going upstream. I got to fight against rapids now because you suspended me. It ain't a pigeon no more. I'm not at the park. You ain't just throwing me popcorn and shit out. You created a fighter now. Suspend me. Kick me off the app. Oh, you got bear energy now. You got eagle energy. That pigeon shit is gone. Bunch of pigeons love being on the apps. I could turn it on and get rides all day. I get pings all day. I'm like, man, fuck these pings. Where the money's at? That's what I'm talking about. I ain't worried about these pings. Where the money at? It's my man, Jamil. I'm so proud of this channel. I'm proud of you, the way you were the managing the truth. And yes, we all have the same target, but still, at least we don't sell out to the big boys. like they do with Uber and Lyft. Yeah, man. Like, and I told y'all, is CEOs like David Risher and all them guys, they would never want to come on a channel like this. I would let them talk. I would. But I represent the chat. I'm sorry, but I represent the chat. So David Risher and Derek come on this channel. Do you got questions? And I'm putting questions on the screen. I'm not shying away from nobody. So you don't, when y'all go on RSG and y'all be asking questions, what happens? The question, they never ask. They never ask it. But yet, when y'all put questions on my channel, what do? I put that shit right up on the screen because these are questions that the chat want to know about. We're real drivers. We real people. We got real families. We just want to know what's going on. That's all. We just want to know what's going on. Ain't no harm. We just asking questions. Ain't no harm. And if somebody says, well, I don't want to answer that question because that question is easy, then don't answer it. Then just let us keep thinking what we want to think. But if you want to change what we think because you think we guys aren't right, just answer the question. That's cool. Just answer it. It's like, man. And I'm like I said, I'm glad the professor came in and he answered all the questions. People was asking him some shit. Y'all was asking him some shit. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to take this punch. I'm going to take it. I mean, I put the shit on my channel. I put myself out there. I'm going to take this punch. Let me answer this question. And he was going, I didn't have to even read it. He was going straight for the shit. Oh, I'm going to go read this. He going to take the punch. And that's how we run this channel. If you do some shit and you on this channel, I represent the chat. Be ready. They gonna swing at you. The chat gonna swing at you. And you can't duck them swings. Sometimes you're gonna have to take that hit directly and be like, all right, let me answer this question real quick. It's like, hey, so I appreciate you, Armor Till. Hey, you was doing some serious swinging on that. Jamil, you too, man. Y'all was doing some serious swinging. And I appreciate when you guys, we stand strong on what we believe in. And when you come on this channel, you know, there's a sense of integrity that we all hold each other to be. We're all just men. We're all just women. That's all we are. And if somebody was to ask me a question, Jeff, man, you out there doing cash rides with no insurance? Yup. Oh, you ain't even scared to admit it? No. What the apps hear you saying that? So? Well, Uber and Lyft know you doing that. So? Motherfucker, you asked me a question. I gave you an answer. Yes, I'm out here doing cash rides. Did you get them off of Uber and Lyft? Motherfucker, I let you hear me get them off of Uber and Lyft. They're a lead service to me. That's all. They're a lead finding service. Does Uber and Lyft know you think that? Yeah, because I say that shit in the video. Of course they know I think that. We keep it 100 over here. We ain't got no reason to lie about no shit. If I ever get deactivated, I ain't got to go, well, I don't know why they deactivated me. I don't know what I did wrong. Oh my God, I stay 5 miles under the speed limit and I parallel park perfectly. No, fuck that. I know I got deactivated. Shit, they don't like me. That's why. And so I'm never one of those people that's ever going to be like, oh man, I have no idea. No, I don't know why they investigate me. They investigate me because they hear my mouth. That's why they investigate me all the time. So that's what I meant. I'm saying, Jeff, I'm here begging Uber to deactivate me after they sent me a warning for the 3rd time about unauthorized driving trips off the app. Yeah, let them. Nice boys win. Let them. And I'm working on a video right now because, like I said, I scrape the archives. Whenever you do law, I'm gonna tell y'all about law because y'all know me. I'm a lead attorney fan. I'm a fan, and I'm one of those people that I dig into law. I scrape the barrel for law. Thank you, David. Still, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for the super sticker. And I scrape the bottom of the barrel. I scrape it. And when I'm digging up these cases and these laws and these videos, I'm 5 years in archives, 10 years. When I'm on YouTube, I don't look at the most recent shit. I'm digging for precedent. I'm finding shit 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 13 years ago, 11 years ago, 3 years ago. I'm digging for precedent. That's why y'all hear me always talk about catalogs. When I talk about the professor's got a deep catalog, I'll look in everybody's catalog. I'm looking for precedent. I don't want some new shit that don't nobody know about. I'm looking for precedent. So when y'all see me with these clippings of the news and these clippings of like legal stuff and all, this is all precedent. This is stuff that has already been law. And now Uber is in violation of laws that have already been on our books. Independent contractor laws, employment labor laws. They're in violation. They're paying restitution. This is why I dig in the archives. I'm not looking for what the news is talking about. The news today is slow. These motherfuckers are slow. Half the time they talking about something that we've already discussed already. But if we're going to talk about law, we're going to talk about why we do the things we do and the way we do it. We need to find precedent. We need to dig into these books and say, hey, we have a right to do this as independent contractors. Because I got some video on my phone right now. I'm just kind of going through it. Because like I said, I appreciate you guys. Because when I'm not out driving, I'm not making money. My cars aren't burning gas. They're just sitting in spot. I'm not making no money. Like I said, you guys, super chats and membership, that shit all helps me because I'm digging in shit. I'm researching shit to bring you information to make you stronger when you go out to that street and you lock in that $50 ride. I'm like, what can I do to get these people to lock in $40 and $50 rides all day instead of $7, $8, $9 rides? What can I do? I can research. I can dig. I can create enough content to give people the feeling of, man, I'm a true independent contractor. I'm not no damn employee. They call me an independent contractor, so let me act like one. That's what I'm doing. I'm out there digging, man. I'm out there digging because we need somebody to really fight for us. They don't want to go to court because they don't want to create precedent. The moment Uber and Lyft goes to court and that becomes a judgment, guess what? That creates precedent. And we can use that case law for anything we want to use for. Millions of drivers out there, man. So your videos recently was clutch. Video about Uber from 2021. Homeboy was about the 300 before the 300 came. Real shit, nice boys. Hey, he was on it. He was on it. Hey, I tell people, I'm digging in the archives. Well, the 300, we pulling up grave soldiers. Goddamn, he's a dead soldier. We pulling him up, dusting his uniform off and everything. Get up out of the crypt, dog. Let's go. You got some shit to tell. But I'm one of those people, man. It's like, if we gonna go out here and really make this money and not let these apps scare us, if we're not gonna let those apps scare, we got to go out here and do it. Oh, David said, hey, it works. 2 hours, $100. I'll listen. Man, there you go. There you go, brother. And this is how the 300 works. This is what the app is scared of. They going around throwing out, oh, $15 an hour. We're leaving your city. Fucking leave, motherfucker. I'm doing a $200 ride right now. 2 hours, $100, $50 an hour. We're gonna leave if you want $15 an hour. We're like, go. Because when you do, this is what we do. $200 private rides, 2 hours, $100. This is what we do. And it's always going to take a channel out there to bring that courage out, that truth out. And like I said, all these apps doing is they sending us emails all the time. They just sending us emails. Hey, you got to stop doing off-app trips. Hey, I don't even got your app on my phone, man. I ain't worried about you. I'm deleting that shit today anyways. Oh, man, I don't even got my truck on your app. I ain't worried about you. You can't do off-app trips. My truck ain't on your app. What do you mean off-app trips? I'm not driving my truck on your app. Or your BMW's on here. I'm not driving a BMW. I'm in the truck. You have no jurisdiction over my truck. My truck is not on your app. Uber and Lyft thinking they have jurisdiction on every car that's on my street right now. They walking around, oh, you guys can't do off-app trips. Ain't nobody on this street got the app on their phone except me. I'm the only driver on this whole street. So everybody on my street is doing off-app trips. Thank you, Jesse. I appreciate that super chat, brother. Here's a little something from that ride last night going to Cali. Oh, my God. Hey, I put that in the WhatsApp group. Jesse, I said, hey, Jesse just sent me this. It was a 5.5 hour ride almost. 5.5 hours from the concert all the way to California. 5.5 hours. $139. 5.5 hours. It was what, 400 miles? It was a 400-mile trip. 400 miles. This is the shit we were dealing with last night at the concert. This is what I'm saying. The concert was paying like crap last night. They were paying like crap. He sent that to me last night. I put that shit in the WhatsApp group so fast. I was like, dude, do y'all see this? This is what they doing right now at the concert. This is why I was doing all short trips with Surge. Like I said, I did a total of 10 miles, made like $52 in 10 miles, doing like 4 short trips. I was not messing with it. Yeah. Hey, Christian, you saw that, man. This was concert pay. Bruh, Madman. Hey, Jesse, you see what Madman just said? What did we say last night? What did we say last night? We said it was about $300 to $500. I swear to God, we drivers know what's going on. We're not stupid. We know what's going on. We said the same thing. Dude, he paid about $300 to $500 for that ride. We said that last night. And I was like, man, look, it used to be $225, but it was 400 miles. Even at $1 a mile would make it $400 payable to us. $225 is roughly about 50 cents a mile almost. And I'm sitting there like, there's no, hey, and Triple E, he was sitting there with us. That's Eric right there. So Eric was sitting there with us. Eric decided to say, you know what, guys, good luck at this concert. I got to go do some private rides. We all sitting there looking at each other's phone, all the shit coming down the pipe. I'm like, dude, this is Blink 182. And I just knew Blink-182 was going to be better than the SWV concert because I'm like, Blink-182, man, it had way more people. Almost 4,000 more people was there. So I'm thinking, man, this is going to be much better. So I'm going to go to this one. It was a dud, straight dud. The highest surge we had was like 11, 12 bucks. But they were charging people. Like I said, the highest surge was $11 to $12. Eric was getting paid $15.86. I was getting paid $15.83. Chris was getting paid $19, all for the exact same ride. We put it on the Rider app. It was $59.99 for the ride, or $55.99, $59.99, something like that for the ride. And I'm sitting there like, no, it was $59.99 because I emailed it to you, Eric. I screenshot it and I texted over to you. And whatever that price was on the screen, that's what it was. I think it was $59.99. Man. And we sitting there in the parking lot like, yeah, I think we need to do private rides tonight. And that's when I ran into Benny. And Benny was like, oh, I just did a $50 private ride. Benny was like, shit, I ain't taking this shit. I just did a $50. I was like, you did a $50. He said $50 from the concert to here. I said, dude, I just did the same ride for like $8. It was like a mile and a half or something like that. I got $8 plus a $5. So I got like $11 to $13 for it. I can't remember what I got, but it was like a mile and a half ride right at the concert to the hotels across the street. He got $50 in that black Escalade. He got $50. I'm like, bro, what the fuck did you say to make these people give you $50? Hey, man, if y'all don't leave right now, some terrorists is about to be here. You might want to get in my truck for $50 and get out of there. Like, what the fuck you say to get these people to get in your truck for $50? It's like, damn, I need some motherfucking Benny lessons, goddamn it. That shit was crazy. That was crazy. But that's what we do, and that's what these apps are against. Yes, it was $59.85 for that ride. Yeah. Blink-182 was saying it was $26 surge. I sent you, Jeff. It should be like that regular. And see, and that's the thing, Dom. Dom, he sent me all from when Blink-182 was just in San Diego a few nights ago. Dom, your rides were $34 black, $54 black, $41 black. And these were all short rides. These weren't long rides. These rides were like 4 miles, 6 miles, $40. He was getting like $9, $10 a mile. Dom, it's all on my phone right now. Bruh, I had 0 black rides last night. 0 black SUV. 0 at the Blink-182. All the shit you were sending me, every screenshot you sent me was black. I had to go Comfort and XL. That was it. I had to go Comfort and XL. Man, that's why we were pissed last night. That's why we were pissed, because they was charging people $59. Like, it's in Eric's phone. $59.85 was the screenshot I sent him. And that's what they were charging the rider, but they were paying him $15.86. I was getting $15.83. Christian was getting $19, but they were charging the rider that much, bruh. And see, Dom, on Dom's phone, when he was sending me all that shit, Dom, all his rides were this. It was 100% of his rides were black. They were all black, but the person was paying $33. Dom was getting $37. The person was paying $34. Dom was getting $41. Dom was eating their ass alive. He was making more than what the riders were paying on every single black ride he had. The shit's in my phone. I need to put this in the video, because from the Blink-182 y'all got, for the Blink-182 we got in Phoenix, 2 totally different concerts, 2 totally different. And it was on Lyft. You guys were on Lyft. I was on Lyft. I was getting my ass handed to me, man. I was like, ain't no way in hell I'm taking these rides. No way in hell. Because everything Dom sent me, he was getting paid more than what the rider paid, plus he was getting $21 surges, $26 surges. I mean, Dom, how much you make that night? $200-$300? You made about $200 or $300, because I made $52 at the Blink-182 concert. I think you made over, because when you were sending me some screenshots as the night was going, you was already at like 140, but the night was still young and you was already at 140. I made $52 all night at Blink-182. I was like, man, this shit was crazy. This is damn, you're right, Jeff. They're pushing everyone to Uber Black and overcharge the passengers on there because of all these settlements. Man, I told you that's all they can do at this point. That's all they can do. Some nights I leave my shit on Uber Black and Black. I don't even change it. Me and Jamil was down at the AZ Grand. I'm getting Uber Black SUV hits and Lyft Black SUV hits and all that stuff. I'm just like, dude, it's the middle of the day. I never get Lyft Black SUV in the middle of the day. One time I was sitting in my house, 7 o'clock in the morning, it hit. I was laying in the bed. Thing went off. I jumped up. It was that stewardess, and it said guest. It said guest on it, but I didn't know who it was till I got there. It was like $50 or $26, $27, something like that. And it was just to the airport. I was like, damn, Lyft black SUV. And she paid like $51. I'm like, man, they really using those blacks now. But like I said, we didn't do it, man. We didn't do it. Oh, yeah. Too many drivers here. Way too many SUVs for the summer volume. I know, Mr. Hayes. Last night I went to the SWV concert right when I finished with Blink 182. I said, well, I got to swing by anyway. And I had a $6.50 surge I was going to go by on regular Lyft. So I swung by. Dude, it was only like maybe 4 or 5 black SUVs in the parking lot. No cars. It was just 4 or 5 black. And everything was done. It was done. 4 or 5 black SUVs just sitting there. And I'm like, we got way too many black SUVs. Man. See, look at that. Just got to live black. 3 miles, $30 to airport. On my way now. And bro, you get black pings. But Dom, what do you drive? I guarantee you drive an EV. What do you drive? Because I drive a gas car. I bet you drive an EV. Guaranteed you drive an EV. Because I don't get no black pings, dude. I'm on XL and Comfort. When I do get a black, I'm freaking out. Like, damn, I got a black SUV. What? See, there you go. Black model Tesla S. Juan Vargas is the same shit. Juan Vargas here in Phoenix. He gets nothing but black rides, nonstop, back-to-back pings, back-to-back pings. Me, I go days with no black ride. Luckily, I got, like I said, luckily we got private rides. Luckily, man, because I drive the Plaid. Hell yeah. That's what it is, the Plaid. Man, and Juan Vargas, he'll get back-to-back pings all day because he's got that Model S. I got a big-ass SUV. I don't get no pings because it's a gas car, and they're not trying to use us. It was like, man. Yeah, Jeff, last night I made $60 on both concerts. Just went home. It was straight garbage. Yeah, I'm telling you, Jesse, man, it was pure trash. There was people walking from the concert across Glendale Road all through the parking lots because everybody parked. The trips cost too much. It was over like 100 degrees last night. It was over 100. I picked up this one girl last night. She only had to go like maybe 0.8 of a mile. And she was like, I can't even, it's too hot to walk. She said, I didn't even want to pay for these rides. They were just too expensive, but I had to get a ride. Luckily, I had it on Comfort. So she ended up giving me a $2 tip. I had a surge and everything. I think she paid like $9 to go 0.8 of a mile. She paid $9 and some change to go 0.8 of a mile. I was like, damn. It's like, this shit's crazy. And of course, they gave me like $3. I'm going to tell you what they gave me because it was stupid. It was stupid. This is what they were paying for Comfort rides. And this was the Blink 182 concert. I'm telling y'all what they were paying us. Dom, y'all did good. Y'all did good. This is what I got. And this was my last ride. Let me make sure it's my last ride. Yep, that was it. Because I picked her up here. Because it was 1.81. I got $4.76 per mile. I got $4.76. I ended up, the base was $8.63 was the upfront. And I got $10.63. She gave me a $2 tip. But they charged her $8.64. And she went, it took me 0.81 of a mile to get to her. 1 mile was the ride. 1 mile. They charged her $8.64. I got the base earnings was $3.38. $3.38 was what this ride would have paid me. $3.38. I had a $5.25 bonus with a $2 tip. So $7.25 was extra. Otherwise, I only got $3.38 at the Blink 182 concert. I would have got $3.38 in this big black ass SUV to go 1 mile. $3.38. I ended up getting $4.76 per mile because it ended up being like what was it, 1.81 miles. Man, that bruh, $3.38 for my big black SUV at the Blink 182 concert. $3.38. They charged this lady $8.64 to basically go 1 mile. They weren't paying for shit last night. No black SUVs, no nothing. It was killing us last night, man. They were killing us last night. And we had the SWV with the 702, and then we had Blink 182. It was literally like maybe 4 miles apart. Concerts 4 miles apart. I'm driving a big black SUV at 2 old school concerts 4 miles apart. And I came home with $53 at the end of the night. That's Phoenix for you right there. That's Lyft in Phoenix. Summertime Phoenix shit. And like I said, if you're not doing private rides, you're not Uber. Eric was like, I'm out of here. I'm not doing this shit. Eric made more money than me. He got a little red car. He made more money than me last night in the red car. I got a big black SUV at the concert. He made more than me because he did all private rides. He's like, I'm out of here. I'm fuck up out of here. Yeah. Yep. It's not even half the base. Not even half the base. Man. And that's why I'm like, if you guys are not out there fighting, getting private rides, if you're not talking to riders about what's really going on in this economy, what's really going on in this market, how they're using technology to come into our communities, charge everybody's pockets, charge everybody's bank accounts, charge everybody's wallets, all this money, take the money out, then say, well, we're going to give the money back to you through these drivers, but you're giving us $3.38, $9, $11, $10, but you taking out $59.95 out of our community. You just pulled $59.95 out of our community, and you gave us back $15 out of the. I can't spend that $15 in my community. That's not helping my community. You took out $60 and you only gave back $15. This is what these apps are doing to us. This is how they're destroying us, man. You got to talk to these riders out there. You got to tell them, man. Exactly. That's the only thing I got is private rides. That's it. I got about 7 private rides lined up on my phone. And also, I'm going to tell you guys tonight, your homework tonight, if you have anybody's phone number in your phone, text everybody, let them know. Because I showed Eric and them last night, I got 2 rides for July the 4th. Because I sat in my phone yesterday texting people, hey man, I will be driving this July the 4th. Oh, sweet dude, I'm actually gonna need a ride, this and that. I'm gonna text you that. Cool. Hey, I'm coming through the airport tomorrow, man. Hey, let me know. Text everybody in your phone. Let people on social media know you will be driving July the 4th. If they need a ride and they don't want to pay super surge pricing $59.95, giving us, $15 out of that. I mean, I take $35. Why are you paying them $59.95? Just give me $35. You sitting there paying $60 for a ride. I'll take $35 because it's better than the $15 they offering me. You got to go out there and fight for this, man. We got to fight for it. Oh yeah, man, it's not even enough to pay. That's why I'm saying we're all driving for charity right now. $15 out of 60, we're driving for charity because they're telling me Uber and Lyft is going to put $60 on my 1099. They're going to put $60 on my 1099 and tell people, well, he had $45 in fees on a $60 ride. Oh yeah, so really his net is only $15. Wait a minute. So you telling me his gross earnings were $60. Yeah, $60 was his earnings. And he ended up walking away with $15. Yeah, because all the rest are fees. That's how these apps are getting us, man. That's how they getting us. They stacking your 1099, making you like you made $100,000, $150,000. Ooh, I made $150,000. But you taking home 30 grand. How the hell you making 120 grand a year, but you taking home 30 grand? This right here. If they keep putting $60 rides on your shit and you keep taking them, you only getting $15. That's all you getting. And then you start deducting fuel and every other expense. You ain't making no money. You not making no money. These apps are making all the money. They're making it all. Oh, yeah. But see, David, and this is the thing about this SUV. This is a 3.5 engine with the turbo. I could put $40 in this truck. $40 lasts me like 3 days of driving. Each day, I could make about $200. So $40 has potentially can make me $600. I could put 40 in and make $600 because it lasts like 3 days. All my trips are very short and they're high paying. I can go to the airport, $25, 4 miles. I could do that all damn day. That's what the point of an SUV is to not have to drive 100 miles to make $100. That's what the point is. But everything they sending me in XL and Comfort, 77 cents a mile, 66 cents a mile, $1.15 a mile. That's what they're trying to do to this SUV. This SUV should be running $4 or $5 a mile. They should be running $4 or $5 a mile is what these SUVs should be running. Don right now is running that Model S. He's got $30 ride for 3 miles, $10 a mile right now in a Model S. They're paying EVs a lot better than they're paying the rest of us. And I'm like, man, we can't make it like this. You can't drive on the apps and sustain yourself as an independent contractor. It's not happening. So if you're going to fight back, y'all know how we got to do out here. New York, all you drivers up in New York. Oh, we want to protest. We want to protest. Share this video. Share this channel because this is how we protest over here. If you ain't part of the 300, you're not doing it right. Trust me, you're not doing it right. There's a lot of people out there. Oh, I'm going to drive, 2,000 miles this week to make $2,000. You're not doing it right. Because I guarantee, even adding dead miles and everything else in there, you probably drove closer to 2,500 miles that week to make $2,000 that week. 300, we don't operate like that. I'll take it to the airport, It's 14, 15 miles. I charge you $60, $70. That's cool. It's a big SUV. Got to pay for tires. So that means money has to be in savings. I can't have shit blow up and all of a sudden just drive up to a dealership like, hey, man, I need to fix all this stuff. You got any money? I'm only making 77 cents a mile. I don't really have any money. Can you do it on charity? What do you mean you're making 77 cents a mile driving this big ass truck? Yeah. Bro, you're not going to make it that far doing that. You need at least $3, $4, $5 a mile in this big truck. This is a heavy truck. You got tie rods, you got, control arms, you got struts, you got to pay for this, man. And that's the thing, man. One of these people, they don't know how to do it, man. They out here not doing it right. They not here doing it right, man. Yeah, exactly. Right here. They say they paying us 70%. Yeah. And like I said, we screenshotted everything last night. They were trying to send us from the concert last night, 29 miles. All the way to North Scottsdale, 29 miles from where we were, all the way up the 101, all the way around the 101, dropping in North Scottsdale, $21. 29 miles, 21. And this is XL and Comfort. So you got 4 or 5 people riding this big ass SUV going almost 30 miles for $21, leaving the Blink-182 concert. $21. When I get $25 to go like maybe 4 miles from my house to the airport, because I got the hotels all right here. I get 25. Me and Jamil was getting $35 a run from the Arizona Grand, $35 a run, 33, 35, 31. And it's only like maybe 5, 6 miles. That's it. So you telling me you're going to give me $35, $36 for 5 miles. But for 29, you're going to give me $21 from the Blink-182 concert. I could have converted that shit. I didn't want to go that far. I'm looking for all short trips to try to convert. The only short trips I were getting was that shit to the hotel, 1 mile from the concert to the hotel, $10, $8. Ended up making $52 and I called it good. I said, I'm done. I should have did like Eric and left a long time ago. Yeah. And it was a one-stop ride. That was it. 30 miles, man, $21. We all sitting there looking at our phones like these motherfucking apps is tripping. We know it's a slow summer. This is how you can tell these apps are running out of money. Because when they start doing something like this, it's egregious. It is purely egregious. When they charging a rider $59.84 or something like that, Eric said, and we're getting $15.80 out of that. These apps are hurting for money. And it's because everybody's out there doing cash rides. Everybody are hitting them right where it hurts. Bottom line. I'm eager to see what's going to happen after this summer. I'm eager. Because when we start seeing their financial statements, they're going to have to lie to keep investors. They're going to have to lie. Oh, man. Now you see why I use Tyrone Biggums in all my videos. That shit right there. that's why you see Tyrone Biggums in all my videos, that little meme and shit, because that's exactly how they treating us out there, man. Like we over there eating a crack sandwich and shit. We like, yeah, I'm going to do this ride in a minute. Hold up. It's like, I doubt it, shit. But, man. Yeah, but see, that's the thing. It wasn't a stop, though. It was just a straight ride. That's what I mean, one stop. I didn't mean like a stop in the middle. It was just like a straight ride. But, yeah, man, if you guys are not out there helping the situation and saying, you know what, I'm going to talk to this person in the backseat. Whether or not you want to do the ride or not is cool. That's on you. But at least let this person know what you getting out of this ride. So they can sit at home and be like, man, this shit is crazy. So you telling me that guy got $9 out of that ride and we just paid $36 for that ride and he got $9? Holy shit. He just paid like $27 in fees. They're going to put $35 on his on his 1099. But they're going to say he only made really $9 in profit. They're really going to put $35 on his 1099. That's fucking crazy. Anybody out there working a W-2 right now, if they put all this money on your 1099 and never gave you that money, you'd be pissed off. If you cash out your check every week and you was getting $1,000 a week, but they told you was being paid $2,000 a week, you'd be like, where's the other grand at? Oh, yeah, we're just taking that shit from you. Well, how you gonna put that on my 1099 then? I mean, I could see paying, a couple of $100 in tax because that's what it is. If I get paid $1,000, you might charge me like $200 in tax. So you really gave me, I had a $1,200 check, but you gave me $1,000 because I had a $1,200 check. But if you were getting a $2,000, $2,500 check and you were only taking home $1,000 out of that every week, you'd be pissed. You'd be like, bro, you're taking more than half of my money. That's what these apps are doing, taking more than half of the money. JTB is out there. App slavery corporations are now going over the head of consumers, contracting with insurance companies, employers, municipalities. It's all about monopoly. Yep, I believe it, JTV. And this is what it is, man. When we see them going straight for tax dollars, when they want to do EBT deals, they want to do NEMT rides, they're going straight for the tax dollars. They're bypassing us, going straight for the politicians. Hey, man, you guys contract with us. We'll be reimbursed. What's the reimburse rate? $400 for this ride? Cool, we'll do the ride for $400. Get that rider $33. Wait a minute, you gave the driver $33 out of that $400? Yeah, man, it was a 20-mile drive. 20 miles, we gave him $30. But you just took $400. Yeah, that's the reimburse rate. This is how they getting us, man. This is how they getting us. See, Pap stays living that Pap life, man. Lucas said, how do you balance all this and still be a father? Hey, the point of going through it all, you show your kids every day. Life is not going to be easy. Life is going to be a struggle. You ain't got time to sit around and pout about this shit. You got to get teams on it. You got to fight back. You got to go out and do it. My sons both know me. They know I'm scrappy as hell. They know my dad, he will never, walk around begging for a raise. And he going to make some money. If I got to go pull somebody's engine out of their car this week just to make money, I'm pulling the engine out of a car to make some money this week. I'm doing something. We were homeless at one time, sleeping in my truck with the towels in the windows. Now we own fucking second biggest lot in the neighborhood now. When I go through shit, I go through some shit. But my sons will see me come out of it. I won't stop until I'm out of it. And that's how you do the balance. You say, do I stop? And do I go sit in the park and blow fucking dandelions and shit and blow balloons and play with like hot dogs? No, you fight every day. And you say, you little kids are one day going to grow up and be a man one day. You're going to be a man in your neighborhood. You're going to be a man in your house. You're going to be a man at your job. Whatever you're going to do, you got to stay on it. Fight every day. Stay on it every day. Don't let up and think somebody's going to come and do the fight for you. And that's what Real Talk with Roy one time, he made a point in that when we was talking on Pedro's channel. He said, Jeff, man, I know you passionate about people, you passionate about drivers, but man, you got a lot of drivers out there that just going to sit on their ass and not even fight. They're going to let y'all do all the heavy lifting. They're going to sit on their ass and get the benefits of it. This is why I love private rides. Because if you out there fighting for your customers, you fighting for your private rides, you out there stacking your clients and everything else like that, guess what's going to happen to everybody who's trying to ride your coattails and not put in no work? They ain't going to get shit. These apps ain't going to give them shit. They're going to sit around complaining and crying every day. Like I said up in New York, all them people up there not sharing my channel. All them people not sharing these videos. All these people talking shit about us. Now want to use my channel as a conduit of energy to support them. Are you supporting this channel? Are you supporting yourself? Are you up there fucking doing it the right way? Because if you're not, it's too late to ask for help now. We've been giving you help. We've been putting this shit on the channel. And if you ain't on this shit, you can't come to me for help now. You can't. Because I've always been standing up for drivers, no matter what state you in. I've been telling you, get your shit together. Because if you ain't out there building your client base, guess what? Somebody else is riding your fucking coattails. Somebody's riding your coattails while you doing all this hard ass work trying to make these apps pay us. Fuck these apps. They not going to pay us. You got to build your client base up. You got to go out there and get this shit done. And there's too many people out there, man. Oh, well, we're just going to sit back and see what these drivers. We're going to watch them protest. Oh, we protest. But when they see us getting $50 cash rides, $80 cash, $100 cash rides, where y'all getting this money from? We protesting. Well, y'all still driving, though. We driving, but we talking to the people in the back seat. You see, we getting this money. You can't ride my success. We can show you how to do it. We can show you how not to chase all this fucking popcorn. We can show you how to do that. But at some point, you got to be willing to take that first step forward. So many people on my channel made me proud. They want, look, Kev, he's on his fourth private today. So many people, hey, Jeff, man, today I converted my first ride. Like I told the professor, that shit feels good. That shit feels good. And I do it, man. Yeah, Kev, I'm about to tell the story. Hold up. Yeah, that shit feels good, man. When you do your first ride, your first private ride, and it's something that you work for because you had to build up courage. You had to build up courage in your system to say, I'm going to cancel this ride, which is direct defiance of the app. Thank you, San Diego Rideshare, my brother. Thank you. And it's a direct defiant act against the app to tell the app, hey, I'm against what you're trying to do to me right now. I'm completely against this. Excuse me. I'm going to cancel this ride. Not only I'm going to cancel it, but I'm still going to do the ride. So when they say, oh, you can't accept rides without the intention of doing it, they tell you that you can't accept a ride without the intention of doing it. I have every intention on doing this ride. That's what you don't get. I have every intention because I trust myself enough. I have every intention on doing this ride. I'm just not doing it for the shit you gonna pay me for. That's the difference. So you can save your little text message and shit. You can't accept rides without the intention of doing them. Oh, I got every intention of doing this ride. You know me. When I accept that motherfucker, I'm rolling up. I got every intention on doing it. For $13, we're gonna do this for 30. And guess what? That person's gonna be like, I paid 36 for it. 30's a fair deal. Let's go. I got every intention on doing this ride. That's how you fight back. And for everybody who's like, Jeff, man, I did my first conversion today. I know how it feels. It's hard. Even some days when I'm doing conversions and I lose a conversion, no, we're going to leave it on the app. Okay, cool. No problem. Or, man, you know what? I'm actually doing this on a business account. How about I just tip you $5 right now? All right, that's cool. That's cool. They'll hand you $5 and you will do the ride. They don't report you and no shit like that. Just give you, because they understand the situation, because you tell them the situation on why you want to do it a cash ride. And I'm sitting there like, I know what it feels like to walk down that plank, to see the ocean up under you. It's a whole ocean and you on this fucking ship and you're like, man, I'm gonna jump off this fucking slave ship right now. I'm gonna jump up. Where you going? It's an ocean right up under me. There's probably sharks in this motherfucker, whales and shit. But being on a slave ship is instant death. I know I'm gonna die on the slave ship. So either I'm gonna take my chances to jump off this motherfucking plank and see if I can swim to shore. I gotta do something. I know how it feels to do your first conversion. And so when y'all motherfuckers see me say, man, I'm proud of you, I know it, understand where that pride comes from. Because it was hard for me to do my very first conversion years ago, to tell somebody, hey, man, I'll do it again. I had to dig into my childhood when my mom was like, hey, when you get your first car, don't let nobody ride for free. Don't let nobody ride for free, Jeff. When you get your first car, friends going to try to play you for gas. They're going to have you taking them all over the place, Jeff. Get money from everybody. I'm like, okay, mom. That's where it comes from. You got to dig deep into the archives, get into your soul. And so when I'm out driving these streets, I'm thinking to my mom, hey, Jeff, don't let these apps play you. Don't let these apps drain you. Don't let these apps take from you. Go out there and get your money. All right, mom, I'm going to go out there and get that money today. And you dig deep. You go on your soul and you let this person know, I'm not doing this ride for $13. And let me tell you why. I'm going to do the ride, just not at what they're going to pay me. So I'm going to cancel this ride and I'm going to get you there. But we're going to do it for $30. Is that fine? It's fine with me. It's fine with me. Oh, cool gooses. Oh, Jeff, I got a client in the car who's listening to this and he wants me to say, what's up? And he'll use me only since he met me on Uber. Appreciate that. Hey, tell your client, thank you for understanding. This is about community. It's about us taking care of our community. When they pay you, the money you get, you're spending in that community we live in. We're trying to keep our money here. We don't want to give it to Uber and Lyft. Uber and Lyft, they spend it overseas and they spend it on, private jets and they give it to millionaires. No. We need our community dollars to circulate our own community so our storefronts look nicer, so our taxes can fix the streets and get, grass out of the cracks and everything. We need to keep this money where we at. Uber and Lyft is just tech that extracts income and extracts money out of communities, and it leaves us with nothing because they try to pay that little bit back. That little bit is not enough to support a whole community. You can't take out $40, give back 15. That 15 is not going to support that whole community. But if that rider says, hey, I gave Uber 40, you know what? I'm going to give you the 40. Guess what? That 40 is going to circulate the community. That 40 now is taken care of, and every driver is doing that now. Every rider is saying, hey, we're going to leave the money in our community. Can I just pay you straight up? Now, everybody's supporting everybody, man. Yeah, this is my kid was hustling. Homework, definitely ain't nobody riding for free. I'm telling you, that's what it is, Latina. Hey, we all got to do. You can't ride for free. Can't ride for free. Was that, man, I remember my first conversion. A lot of us will come to our breaking point and getting deactivated after Ava stole money from my mom's bank account. That was it. I'm telling you, nice boys win. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. You got, it's the point of ingenuity. When you hit that point of ingenuity and you say, I got to do something, they're not going to come for my help. They're not helping me, right? I got to do something. Thank you for the super chat. Nice boys win. Thanks for everything, Jeff. First birthday in a while I'm actually excited about. Get some cash in the safe for my cash rides. There you go, brother. And this is what we've been talking about. That's what we've been talking about. Slowly building, putting you some cash to the side. Because these apps ain't going to do that for you. They're not. They're going to have you struggling, your bank account looking the same, if not going into the negative. You're like worried about doing the next ride. You got to do pigeon rides just to make it through. But when you're doing cash rides and you got the community taking care of you and you taking care of the community, you keeping that car running right, you keeping it clean, you keeping the tires from balding out, keeping your brakes 100%. This is all cost of money. This is how we take care of each other. We're not the bus system. The bus system, they use tax dollars to fix those buses. We have to use our own money to fix our cars, which means the community has to pay us right. Uber and Lyft won't pay us money to fix our cars. They're barely paying us as it is. We got to keep these cars running. The worst thing is to have an overheated car. Somebody trying to get to the airport. Now they missed their flight because you don't have enough money to take care of your car. We put a lot of money into these vehicles to make sure they stay running. So when you're getting them cash rides, this is somebody who says, I'm investing into the fluidity of my community. I want to keep shit moving. So I'm going to pay this driver straight up. Hey, man, take care of your car. Take care of yourself. Eat some food. Stay healthy. Get some orange juice in your system. Vitamin D, whatever you got to take. Here's the money straight up. Uber and Lyft is not thinking like that. They could care less. Uber and Lyft is like, you know what? How much can we get out of these drivers? Oh, just keep pushing them as low as you can. Well, what about their family? Man, ain't nobody worried about their family. You need to worry about your own family. Well, guess what? If that's how we going to do this, cancel. You can pay me on Cash App or Square. How you want to pay me? Why? Because I'm worried about my family, because I know exactly what these employees are saying as they sit at their laptops. I know what they're saying in the break rooms every day. I know what they're saying when they getting potlucks and shit. They saying, we ain't worried about these fucking drivers. I know what they saying. I used to be corporate. I know what they saying. So when we hit that cancel button, it's the same shit we saying back. But guess what? We get paid to say it. I can say, man, fuck these people. Click, cancel. $25. Cool, I'll do it for 25. Man, fuck these people. How much? $100? $100 is cool. Let's do it. Sometimes you got to fight for yourself out there. So hopefully all you drivers up in New York, you know what? Y'all got to get stronger. All these poster boards and shit is going to bring awareness to the situation. But is it going to bring money to your bank account? A lot of drivers on this channel, all 300. And they coming for money. They're not coming for no bullshit excuse from customer support. They're not coming from, well, we're going to bump you up to 70%, at the end of the week. They're not coming for that. You got me at 50% all week, holding money from me all week. We're going to put you at 70%. No, you're not doing me like that. So what we going to do? Talk straight to the rider. Let them know, hey, we live in this community. I rock with you, man. I know you work around here. I live around here. Let's create a transaction. Let's do a deal. And that's what you're doing, man. That's what you're doing. What was that? They were paying $4 a change. He was spending 13. Tell him I'll do it for 8. Clown. No. Wait a minute. Another a-hole in the Uber reported me because he didn't feel comfortable. Came out of my car and sent him my license plate. Still had to wait for another Uber because it was like 1 a.m. Cool. Tell him. And you need to tell Uber. Be like, I didn't feel comfortable with him. That's why I told him what I told him. I wanted him to get out of my car. I didn't feel comfortable with him, but I didn't want to say that to his face. I felt that he was a danger to my safety. I had to find some reason to get him out of my car. The reason why he called you is because he was upset he had to get out of my car. But I'm telling you right now, I didn't feel safe with him in my car. I felt like I was going to get stabbed. I felt like I was going to get shot. So I had to tell him what I had to tell him to get out of my car. And if Uber says, well, you can't do that. So you telling me I got to leave people in my car even if I don't feel safe? I can't just make up a story. I can't be like, hey, man, I'm not going to be able to do this ride because, yeah, we're gonna have to do this ride for like $50. We only paid 24. Well, I'll do it for 50. Well, I don't want to do the ride. Okay, cool. Then you got to get out. That's why I told him I didn't feel safe with him in my car. So I gave him some ungodly ass number that I knew he wouldn't pay just so we get out of my car. I didn't feel safe with them people. And if Uber says, well, you have to feel safe with them. It's up to them not to feel safe with you. Fuck them. If I don't feel safe with somebody, I'm going to cancel them and tell them $80. If they say, well, I'm not paying 80 for this. Okay, then you can wait on the next rider. Why? That was my way of getting him out of my car. I had no other way to get him out. I had to give him some ungodly ass price. Okay, that's how I stay safe. I kick people out of my car. It's like shit. And if they be mad about that, man, say, oh, nice boy, hey, gonna have to ask for Dom's number. We're gonna start up our own 300 click here in San Diego. San Diego, step up. I got some private rides for you. There you go, nice boys. There we go. Oh, definitely, man. I got Dom. Me and Dom, we go back and forth all day. And that's what I'm talking about, man. You guys down there anyway. And Adolphus, he's down there too. And Adolphus does a lot with the military down there. So you guys link up with Adolphus Jeffries. Get him. If the three of you guys link together, he's got all, because he was old ex-military. This dude got all base rides. He's got all military people who pay very well for rides. You three link up together and just branch out from there. Branch out. And like I said, don't let these people sit up there and use Uber and Lyft and get played, giving all their money to these apps that don't even care about our communities. We take care of each other, man. Yeah. Take Uber and Lyft riders to make them your own clients. Talk. I'm telling you, because Uber and Lyft did it to the taxi industry. But you don't see people going around going, oh, well, those taxi clients were, fair game, because it's taxi. Taxi clients are fair game. So if taxi clients are fair game, what makes you not think Uber clients are fair game? Uber, they did it the right way. They just they gave better pricing, and they gave this and that. I'm an independent contractor. I can give better pricing. I can give better deals than Uber can. So if Uber did it to our taxi industry, did it to our bus industry, did it to our other private ride industry, why can't we do it back to Uber? Who are they to say we can't do it back to them? Oh, man, you guys can't take our clients. You can't take our clients. Well, then you take somebody else's clients? You use your technology to take other people's clients. So now you're saying, excuse me, we can't take yours because you have tech and we don't have tech. We can take clients. We're not in competition with your tech. No, we're in competition for transportation. You guys are saying you're not transportation. You're saying you're tech. So if you're tech, we're transportation. We're not competing with you. You're stealing from us. You're stealing from our transportation industry is what you're doing with your technology. We're preventing theft. That's all we're doing. We're stopping you from stealing our fares, stopping you from stealing our tips, stopping you from gouging our riders. We're not in competition with your tech. We're not creating new tech. We're just saying we're tired of the theft from our communities. We're about to stop theft. And that's what we do. If y'all don't like it, it ain't our fucking problem. It's really not our problem. It's really not. Oh, yeah. There's a Trip driving down base at Camp Pendleton. Yep, that's where he is all the time. That's where he is all the time. And like I said, I hope every city out there, Idaho, like, I don't know if you guys heard, but Idaho, Boise, Idaho, bam. Hum will be in Boise, Idaho next because they've got the same structure we have in Arizona, basically. And that's what Hum is. Because of the way the Hum app works, especially with the private rides, we don't work in every market out there. We have to come in and we have to see, hey, there's Adolphus right there. There he is right there. Hey, we're going to have to hook you with Dom and Nice Boys Win, man. You guys are the San Diego 300, the SD3. Like, man. You got a SD3 down in San Diego. That's what I'm talking about, man. Get down there and do it, man. And I'm one of those people, man. If Boise, Idaho, you're coming to Hum. I mean, yeah, Boise, Idaho, Hum is coming to you. I'm one of those people that be like, you know what? If they get Hum going well up there and we can trickle out to every state, that means we can go to other states. We can go to other states to do Hum. Wouldn't that be nice to go to other states just to do cash rides? Be like, you know what? I'm on vacation. Let me go do a cash ride real quick. Because you can just turn your Hum app on. You don't have to even get a ping. You can just see somebody at a grocery store. Excuse me, you trying to get home? Yeah. Actually, I'm a driver. Here's my card. I can actually put you in my system right now, and I can actually take you home. You don't have to wait on your ride. Yeah, it's called Hum. But you got Arizona plates, though. Trust me, it'll work. Turn it on. Bam, it works. You be like, damn. That's how, with Uber, you have to get permission and all that shit and everything, man. Big Orange Kev here in Phoenix. If you're not dropping the card when you talk to riders about Hum, I'll say thanks for a new client. Hold up for a second, Kev. Hold up for a second. Almost forgot about you. Bam. There you go, Kev. I just dropped the link in there. I don't know if I forgot Kev was trying to get on. Yeah, I just dropped the link in there for you, brother. Hopefully you ain't got a client with you right now. But yeah, all of us, if we're not talking to riders and dropping cards and trying to help people get off the plantation of Uber and Lyft, we're doing an injustice to our own community. We're doing an injustice. Uber and Lyft are not going to do us any justice in our community. They're really not. So if you're sitting around hoping and thinking and praying one day that Uber and Lyft is going to do right by us, it's not happening. They're going to take as much money as they can. They already said their goal is to pay drivers less. If their goal is to pay drivers less, what is the other way that Uber invests in our communities if not through drivers? What is the other way they put money in? They don't. The only way they put money into our community is through drivers. Therefore, if they start paying drivers less, they're saying we're going to invest less into your communities and we're going to pour more money out of your communities. That's what we're going to do. What up, Kev? What's good? What's good?
Hey, how's it going out there, Jeff?
All right, brother. All right. What you got going on today, man?
Oh, man, I'll tell you what. I am kicking it with the private rides, dude. People are just hitting me up left and right today.
That's what's up. Yep. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know it's coming closer to 4th too, man. So a lot of people will be doing like house parties, birthday parties, not wanting to drink and drive because all of the police DUI checkpoints everywhere.
Yeah. And like you said before too, hit up people in your contacts list. I did that last night. I even told them I'm going to give, if you book me on July 4th, I'm going to give you a 17.76% discount on what Lyft and Uber would charge you.
Oh yeah,
4th of July related, 1776. How much 4th of July can you get? I'm going to give them 20, but hey, you know, they're going to feel good about shit. And hey, they get to be patriotic all in the same way.
Yeah, because last night they were charging people $60 to leave the concert, but giving us $16 to leave the concert. I'm like, that is like,
that's crazy.
I don't know what, and I was cool. If they could have gave me $35. I would have did it for 35 because it was only like maybe 10 miles. I would have did it for $35. But you sitting there telling us $15.83 and you're charging these people $59 and like 80 something.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Y'all doing people dirty right now.
I caught somebody the other day, man. They were going, I took them, maybe a mile above the 101 north of Scottsdale Road. They were charging the rider $73 from the airport.
Damn.
I was like, are you kidding me? I said, because I even asked them, I said, I bet you're paying more than $40 for this ride, aren't you? They're like, oh, yeah, we're paying like 73. I said, would you like to do it for 40? Oh, hell yeah. Cancel.
For real, man. And like I said, and for everybody out there that don't understand, you know, if you look at one of my videos on my channel a long time ago when they were doing the airport cash rides and the guy, and I said the guy gave game right on that video. He was like, these people, they're here doing cash rides. They can't do cash rides unless they have airport permits and airport clearance and airport. They said the word unless in there. So you can actually do cash rides at the airport. You just have to do like what Jamil has. Jamil has background clearance. He's got his insurance together. And he's got something, a business like something like that. He's got something, but there's 3 things you need. That's it.
Yep.
With 3 things, you can cancel every airport ride that comes to Uber and Lyft, and you can convert them to being on your own. Because like I said, Uber and Lyft did that to taxi. They went and took all the taxi people. So now everybody thinks, well, Uber owns everybody. Uber, nobody can take Uber people. Uber owns no, they don't own nobody. If they want to go with your deal because you got a better deal as an independent contractor, and they can roll with your deal. Uber's, and that's what they're fighting against right now. Uber and Lyft for tanking prices, trying to fight right now.
All I'm doing is giving you a choice. You can either pay high prices or pay my price.
Yep. It's like if you say, hey, you know what, I just want to leave it on the app. Cool, leave it on the app. Because they might say, well, I'll leave it on the app, but I'm gonna give you a $20 bill right now. We could do that. But if you say I'm just gonna leave it on the app, then you're gonna have to get out of my car. Because you'll get a driver that'll come and pick you up that'll do it on the app. But I'm not doing that for that price. Not happening. Nope. Yeah,
because I had a girl the other day, picked her up by that apartment or that condo complex that's by USA on Scottsdale Road here, and I was waiting for her, and she said, "I know I'm running late. I'll pay cash." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Well, she still paid for the ride through Lyft, but when she got in the car, she gave me $20. She said, "Thank you for waiting for me." Oh, okay.
Damn. See, those are the kind of rides you like. I hate when people say, "Can you please wait a minute?" And then we'll just tip you in the app. Cancel that shit immediately. Because it's a game. They run a game at that point. We'll tip you in the app. Just tell them. And that's how you make them wait. Just say, we'll tip you in the app. The moment I say, we'll tip you in the app, cancel. Because that's somebody who's done that shit before. They already know the lines. They know the lingo. They know the game. So I'm like, nope, not doing it. Not doing it. Yeah.
And then, you know, last night, like I said, I was saying earlier this morning on one of my videos that last night I get a ping for hum at 10:30 at night. I picked up a nurse. She was 5 minutes away from me. It was a 5-minute ride. And she was like, "Do you work around here a lot? Because am I going to get you if I do the app again?" I said, "No, here, take my business card. Call me or text me when you want to go somewhere again. I'm your driver." "Oh, really? We can do it like that?" "Oh, hell yeah, we can."
Hell yeah.
I said, I was like, "How'd you find out about him?" "Well, some Lyft driver told me about it." I just said, "Cha-ching, thank you, Lyft driver."
Exactly. That's why I say all you drivers out there, get your business cards. Because I know even for people that I pick up over in Mesa, in your area over there, I might pick them up, but I don't really give them cards because they're too far from me. So a lot of times I might give them a hum card because I got hum in the front and I got my cards in the front. I'll slide them a hum card, but I won't give them my card because I don't want to have to drive way over there. It's like, no, I was like, hey, here's a hum card, this and that. And that way,
you and I do the same thing.
Yep, it keeps them in the mix for us, man. It keeps them in our mix.
Somebody else can profit. Somebody else can profit off of me, you know, hooking this person into hum. And I'm telling you, you know, so many markets are prime right now for disruption.
And Uber and Lyft, they're not paying drivers for loyalty. So a lot of drivers are not loyal to Lyft. People who are brand new or desperate, like, you know, illegals that are on the app and they're selling the app and exploiting the app for the little glitches or whatever. Those people, they are going to end up being the only thing the apps have. There's going to be a bunch of people who are low level drivers, not really high level drivers, low level drivers. Equipment's not working right. Uber and Lyft are going to end up being like public transportation, but just smaller than a bus. They're going to be rundown cars and rundown people, because anybody who's worth the money and worth being paid, they're going to get off the apps and start doing their own private thing. They're going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out.
Those type of drivers failed accounting 101. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, like I said, those people that
we're counting 404.
Yeah, exactly. We're senior level accounting over here. We know how much. Hey, Marcel just finished a $50 ride for $60.
Oh, you gotta love that. Way to go, Marcel.
Yep, man. And Marcel, he's good at converting. He's one of those guys who will sit and the thing about Marcel, when he converts in the beginning, I think he talks to the people to the point where he explains the situation. Me, I'm more of a dive in. I'm more like, either we gonna do this shit or not, and I explain to you as we go.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that as well.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, hey, I can do this for this. No, okay, well, I'm still going to talk to you about it, and then then usually by the time, and what I do is like, and I don't know if you do it or not. If I take them to the airport on another app, they're coming home with me on Hum.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. So I mean,
I've had some really good airport rides on Black SUV. I've had some good but they always get my card on the way out. They always get my card.
Yeah, and I sell it to them like, hey, especially like for Terminal 4. I said, I'll be over at the north side of the terminal. I'll be right there. As soon as you walk out and cross the street to the outer curb, that's where this car will be waiting for you.
Oh yeah.
Boom.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, that's and a couple of clients that I've had have said, man, you weren't lying. You were right there. And I said, yeah. I had to get a little mean with some people, but hey, I got my car where I told you it would be.
Yep. And the one thing I like to do is when I'm dealing with a client, I'll shoot them a picture of my car if they've never seen my car before. Especially when, like, if I've been working with them for a while, they say, hey, I got your number from such and such. I'll shoot them a picture of my car just so they know what to look for. Because I don't have markings and all that shit all over my car. Like, oh, I got an Uber light. I got a Lyft now. Fuck all that. Like, you will know me when I roll up because you know what I look like. And it never fails, man. I've never had somebody lost and not be able to find me or whatever. Always works perfectly.
Yeah,
that's what we gotta do, man.
Lyft has me at a disadvantage there because they show my Equinox is black, and I was like, "Well, it looked like you had a black car on the app," and I'm like, "I know, I've tried to get that fixed, but there's nothing they can do about it." So I usually just text you, "Hey, look for hum magnets on the rear doors."
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And that's how you got to do it sometimes, man. I just hope the people up in New York are really listening, and the people in New York understand how we are really doing ride share, how we're doing ride service. Let's say that ride service, because I think they're mentally stuck, because you got most Democratic states are heavily government regulated because they're more like plantations, because that's how Democrats have always been set up, on a plantation type system where you got the people at the top that control the people at the bottom. Versus in Republican places, the people at the bottom hire the people at the top. We elect them, so we hire them and say, hey, you work for us. Whereas when you go to blue states, it's more like the government says, hey, you guys are going to do this. Motherfucker, you work for us. Since when do the subordinates tell the bosses what to do? It's like the power is to the people. We are the bosses of the government. If you don't do what we say, we will either vote you out, we will recall you, we will find a way to get you out to get somebody in who represents us. We don't represent you. And I think that's the problem with people in New York. They've been so used to that plantation style, government, that they're scared shitless. They can't do nothing up there. These motherfuckers, they stay in their little cubby holes. They don't even want to come outside half the time.
I mean, it's kind of like Uber and Lyft are kind of like the same way.
Yeah, learn how to put fear on your governments. Learn how to put fear back into them. Let them know we're going to either recall you, we're going to get rid of you, we're going to find some way to, because you work for us. And I think that's why I love living in red states, because it's less government intervention, more freedom for businesses, more freedom for opportunities to go make money, and it's less the desire to want to control people. Because when all you have is control over people and you have no true value, that society can't work forever. It's not going to work forever, because at some point people are going to fight back. And when they fight back, the whole government breakdown now occurs now. He was like, nah, it's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen.
Well, that's like, in blue states And the same with Uber and Lyft. They have you brainwashed that you can't live without us. You can't live without us.
Exactly.
So you have to keep us. You have to keep us in power if you want to keep living. That's bullshit.
It is. And that's how Uber and Lyft become. They think they're a part of government where they say, hey, you know what? We're like a public utility. You have to, if there's any trip you got to do it on our app. You can't do any off-app trips. I'm like, that's your fucking mind. You telling me 100% of the people in this country with cars have to do a trip that involves using an app? Is that really what the shit you trying to sell, like intelligent people? If we got to take somebody from point A to point B, we need A, commercial insurance, B, we need an app. We've been doing this shit since cars was invented. You're not talking to a group of idiots. I mean, they already got people riding around still to this day. I saw some dudes the other day riding around with masks on his fucking face. I'm like, dude, did you not get the memo that shit don't work? You just look weird. This shit don't work. If you ain't had COVID by now, motherfucker, you ain't getting it. You're not getting it. And they still riding around with masks on. I'm like, man.
You're in a car by yourself. You're in a car by yourself and you got a mask on. I laugh at those people.
Yeah, exactly.
And I even roll my window down and yell out sheep and bah, bah.
See, I know. And Roger Rose says in NYC, you still have to have TNC, comptroller, etc. They're still finding crumbs for the taxi medallion holders. New York City, a huge mess. And that's why when I became an adult and I was getting out of college, I said, I want to live in a state. There's a state that I want to live in, and it can't be like a place like New York. Because you look at all these places that have people living there. And you wonder, why do people live in places of high control, of high regulation? Why do people live there? It's like you never grew up. You're still a child. You want a dad. You want a mom. It's like, I'm a grown ass man. I'm not going to have some people telling me what to do. That's why I can't be a part of an HOA. I will never live in an HOA because I'm not going to tell somebody to tell me, hey, man, you can't paint your windshield. You can't paint your around your windows burgundy. Why not? I bought this house for a whole lot of fucking money. Who are you? Well, I'm part of the HOA. Get the fuck on out of my face, man. BYE. Bye, motherfucker. You got to go. And when you start living in states with high regulations, that's why people are leaving California, the great exodus of California, the great exodus of a lot of blue states, because people are tired of the shit. They're fed up with it. They're fed up with telling people, hey, the federal government telling them, hey, you guys can't do this. You can't do that. You got to do this. You're an adult. You don't have a mom and a dad. You're an adult. You tell the government what you want to be represented as. They are your representatives. You don't represent your government. So if you don't go in and vote these raggedy motherfuckers out of there and get people who really are who you are and how you want to live, that's how your life is going to be. You shouldn't have to uproot your life and move to a whole nother state, take your families out of schools, go get all new friends, all because the government is like, you need like a whole bunch of certificates and regulations and all to do basic shit. It's like, no.
Exactly.
And especially with all these fines and everything, all these fines they got up in New York. Yeah. Oh, you can't go through this way unless you pay a fine. You got to go this way to pay a fine. You go to do this way. You're paying fees to do everything. I'd leave New York. And just like Kevin said from the Shark Tank, Kevin O'Leary said the same shit. Major businesses are leaving New York City because it's a shithole. And he said that because everybody's finally realizing he's right. Just because you're New York, and New York used to be a great state. Chicago, great. I mean, New York was a great city. New York City was a great city. Chicago, great city. All these places used to be great cities. But then they had politicians come in who wanted power over people, and they fucked these places up to the point where people they don't even look like they used to look. They're old school. And people are like, you know what? We getting the fuck up out of here. We're leaving. California, it's going downhill fast. Everybody's leaving California.
Oakland and San Francisco on the West Coast and LA. Nobody wants to be there anymore because freaking people are camping out on the streets, shitting in the streets, grabbing shit out of stores. And I mean, the businesses are saying, screw it. We're tired of losing money because you guys won't prosecute anybody. So everybody wants to come steal. Everybody wants that 5-finger discount. And,
exactly. And that's the thing. A lot of people, man, they don't understand that if you don't stand up for the regulations and the laws and the policies in your state, you're going to allow people who are fucked up in the head to run your shit. I mean, look at how many people, even in the Democratic Party right now, are saying Biden's fucked up in the head. He can't run again. People are finally waking up to realize what we've all said the whole time. It's like it took a debate for these people to wake up and realize what we've been saying the whole time, that Biden's slow, man. He ain't there. He just ain't got it. Oh, he's okay. After the debate, yeah, you're probably right. I can tell you, motherfuckers are short bus. They're short bus. And it's like, It's like, if we're telling you something, it's not because we're going to bullshit you and make shit up. We're telling you this because we see it with our own eyes. And some people are so slow to process information. When you look at your state and you see how your state is being run, process that information. When you got immigrants living in luxury apartments and you got people who are working 2 and 3 jobs, keep a shitty apartment, something is wrong with your government. You should not be a hardworking American working 2 and 3 jobs, living in an apartment that's one of the shittiest places in the city, but yet you got people who ain't even touched the soil yet, living in luxury fucking hotels everywhere. That is the wrong type of government you've got. You've got the wrong government, and it's up to the people to change that shit, because the government ain't gonna change it. As long as they allow it to do it, they're gonna keep doing it because it ain't hurting them. They getting money under the table. They getting paid in their bank account. They got offshore accounts of shit. People are just gonna bitch and complain. And that's how we do Uber and Lyft. We stopped bitching and complaining, and we started going for the riders. We started going and getting the money. Once we started getting the money, now they want to send everybody emails. You can't be doing off-app rides. You can't be doing this. You can't be doing, you're canceling too much. We're going to change the cancellation rates. Oh, yeah, so some shit's affecting y'all. That's what I'm saying. Some shit's affecting y'all because everything they're sending us now is about cancellation rates, off-app trips, this and that. So shit's affecting y'all. Because if it wasn't affecting y'all, you wouldn't be sending us all these emails all the time about it. It's like,
or why are you giving discounts? Why are you giving discounts? Oh, you're trying to compete with me now. You're trying to compete with me. All right.
Yep. Deep discounts. I'm sitting there like, and we were looking the other day, they were charging people like $1 and some change a mile. And I'm like, how are you charging people $1 and some change a mile? You must gonna pay us 50 to 60 cents a mile, because you're not making no money if we all looking for $1 a mile and you're only charging $1 a mile. This shit ain't gonna work out. So it's like these apps are going down right now. They're going downhill. There is no turning back on what's going on, and they know there's no turning back. They're trying to put out the fires. Riders are starting their own ride service companies. Everybody's getting their own clients. People are doing their own things off the apps. The apps are becoming lead generating services, not true tech that's for rideshare, just lead generating services. And now all of a sudden, these apps don't know what to do. They're in a free fall right now. They're in a free fall. And I'll be the first to say it on goddamn July the 3rd. These apps are in a free fall right now. They're not going to make a comeback from this. These apps will never be great as they were at the height of them fucking with us all the time. Nah, because we figured the game out now. Now we figured the game out. They're like, we need to make an adjustment. What are we going to do? We can't adjust to this. They're doing cash rides. They're canceling rides like crazy, or they're independent contractors. Guaranteed. They're going to start some shit to where they say, we want to start hiring employees now. I bet, mark my word, they're going to start saying we're going to have a pilot program of us actually hiring employees. Bet they're going to do that shit. In some states, they'll be declared as being employees, but everywhere else it'll be independent contractors.
And that's like, all those people back in February and March and April, they were saying, oh, your protest ain't working. Your protest ain't working. Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's
sitting around like, man.
And then this is probably the only time you're going to hear me quote Joe Biden is when Uber and Lyft said, man, you can't do this. You can't do this. Watch me.
Exactly. Watch me. And we've been doing, like, even Marcel said they Lyft suspend them at least twice a week. And this is what cracks me up. All of the stuff that we do, they only suspend us for safety violations. They never suspend. They deactivate us for safety violations. They don't deactivate us because we've accepted or canceled or not accepted. They don't deactivate us for that because it's in their own terms of service that we're independent contractors. If we're independent contractors, we have a right to accept or cancel, decline anything we want to. It's in their terms of service. Yeah. So if they violate that, that means they're lying again in their terms of service, and we could probably take them to court for that. So the most they can say is, well, you're deemed unsafe. It's like, man, it's a TMs. Yeah, they really should be regulated to Uber dispatch, glorified call center as that. And that's what they are. They're just a dispatch, just like taxis.
That's all they are. Yeah.
Taxis. They're dispatchers. They're lead generators. They are not anything amazing to where they deserve half of our money.
It's an algorithm that does it too. It's not even people doing it.
Yep. Exactly.
So, I mean, they're getting cheap there too. I mean, you can't contact support, because all you're going to get is a chat or a frickin', go look at this on this app, or go look at this at this point on the app. Screw that. I want to talk to somebody. No, we don't have anybody. Well, fuck that then.
Yep. That ain't even worth talking to. That's why I rarely even call in. So whenever they short me on some money, or they screw with me on a ride, I make sure I cancel the next ride and I make up for it by converting it. That's all I do.
I like that one.
And,
I like that one line of yours. I'll get it back on the next ride. Thank you.
yeah, exactly. I just get it back on the next ride. It's like I do that shit all the time, and they know that. They know that. Like, you fuck with me on this, when you play me on this, I'll get it back on the next ride. And that's when they're gonna start trying to message me all the time. Hey, Jeff, we seen your cancel too much. Also, you do exist, motherfuckers. I told you I'm getting my money back. You played me on a ride. Well, it doesn't appear that the customer left a tip. Like, bullshit. Then 2 days later, a $5 tip will pop up or something weird will pop up. I'm like, trust me, I'm gonna get my money back. If you play with me, I'll get you on the next ride. And it's probably money that they were banking on, because they'll charge people up the ass and think, oh yeah, we got this ride. Yeah, we like that $59-something ride getting us for $15. They really thought they were gonna sell that ride to one of us. We just looked at that shit like, nah. Like, nah.
I saw something this morning. It was like $132 to go from Sky Harbor to somewhere. I didn't see where I was, because I was just getting back in the car, and I was gonna hit it and see if I could, make it worth a while by converting it. And fucking by the time I hit accept, it was fucking gone. I was like, oh man, I wanted to try that. I wanted to try a big ride.
It's probably past Flagstaff or something like that. And I'll tell people, I do not drive out of town on these apps, because it's not worth it. If I was to get a flat tire, something's to happen to my car, anything like that, that tow all the way back is going to eat up whatever you just made. So I tell people, unless I'm going in that direction, I probably won't take that ride. Nope, not doing it. Not doing it.
Yeah. I just wanted to see if I could convert it. If they would have said no, I said, well, I can't do it for that much. Sorry.
Yep, exactly, man. Oh, yeah. And Marcel says, remember, July the 4th is Independence Day. Gain independence from those apps. Cash rides. Go out there.
There you go.
Get it. Oh, yeah. And this thing, a lot of people, I know they're going to be scared to do it, but you've got to at least make that initial attempt. You're not guaranteed to win it. You may not get that cash ride. The person may have like one cash ride. It wasn't even a cat. The girl had a black SUV. She paid $1 for the black SUV because she was using Amex points. I was okay with what it was paying anyways. I was just surprised at the fact that she got it for $1. I was like, damn. So I'm glad I never tried to convert her, because she would have been like, no, I'm not paying. I only paid $1 for this ride. So make sure you're not going to win every ride, but some of your rides out there, you got to go for it. You got to at least make a shot at it.
Yeah. And I mean, if you can convert 2 rides a day, Marcel and I were talking about it. If every rider that was with Hum could convert 2 rides a day, Hum would have a buku shit of rides, for one. And 2, you'd be making some serious bucks if you did that, at least 2 riders a day.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean,
and that's all you got to do. If you convert 2 rides a day, $40 to $50 a piece, that's $80 to $100. You're making on 2 rides, $80 to $100. And the rest is just cake after that. The rest is cake after that.
Yeah. And like I said, like you said it too, once you do it and you find the success at and not every pitch is going to, you can't do every pitch the same way. But once you do it, man, you're going to find it's just so much easier. You can talk to people a lot easier. You're finding out new ways to sell yourself. And that's what you got to do, man. You just got to keep growing. You just don't be okay with the status quo. Keep trying to improve yourself.
Yeah, and that's what the apps didn't bank on. What the apps banked on was them being allowed to keep putting drivers down, to keep pushing drivers down. That's what they banked on, for drivers to just have to take it, thinking we were employees that had to take what they were throwing at us. They never banked on the fact that we was going to wake up one day and realize, hey, we really are independent contractors. We wake up, and now they like, oh shit, we woke up a whole bunch of giants, man. These motherfuckers is out there. They out there. Yeah. All right, Rideshare Rodeo, we definitely gonna do it, man. I'll be doing another live stream in the next couple of days or something like that. But I know tomorrow I'm gonna be driving all day tomorrow, so it might be like the 5th or the 6th. I'll jump on a live stream. Hopefully you're around, because my live streams are pretty much unscheduled. So I just kind of like just jump on them or whatever like that and just run them for a little bit. But yeah, this one's went almost 3 hours, so I'm gonna jump off here in a second. It's about 3 o'clock. Yeah. So I'm about to go out here, swim for a little bit. I gotta get me something to eat, and I gotta plan on driving tonight, make up some money. I only made like $50 last night. Shit.
You're gonna get something to eat. That means you're gonna take a nap.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna swim, eat, take a nap, get up, make some money. Shit.
Yeah.
Me. Shit, when I eat, I lay down. What's that?
You can always. I'll do the same thing. My live streams are unannounced too, and I promise to have a straight mustache.
Oh, okay, cool. If y'all don't know, Bighorn Cavs, hey, over on Bighorn Cav channel, I mean, this dude is hilarious. His live streams, he goes in pretty deep about his days and how he's doing it out there. He's a major converter. This dude, and he talks about his wins and his losses. He's not one of those people that's going to try to give you some bullshit like, I win every time. He's going to tell you how he won, how he lost, that how he sets up private rides, how he sets up routine rides. And that's one thing I like about his channel. He tells you the whole gamut, because he wants to give people information and education. He don't want to be like, I'm the best at this shit. I'm this, I'm hot shit. We're not like that over here on the 300.
Nope.
We will give you whatever tools, whatever weapons you need to win against these apps. We're going to give you those weapons.
Yeah. And I say that nationwide, man. And it sounds like they're getting ready to do it in San Diego. Get in your city, find a bunch of group of people, talk to drivers at a fuel stop or something like that. Talk to them, man. See if you guys can work together. Because if you can, man, you're only going to make more money for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Rideshare Rodeo. And that's the thing, man. A lot of people don't realize once you start teaming up with drivers in your area, you start learning names, start learning people. It feels good when you got people getting in and out of your car and somebody rolls them like, hey, Jim, hey, Jeff. They start seeing people and you're locked into the community. And they be like, damn, how do people know you? It's like, oh, we all drivers know each other. I was like, all of us know each other. And they go, oh, well, that's pretty cool. You guys work together. I'm like, yeah, we all kind of work together. And it makes the rider feel safe to know that they're not just having some one-off ass person driving them around. They got somebody that, we all know each other. So you got to get to know your drivers in your community, man. We're a team. We're a team out here, man. Yeah,
I walked into QT the other day and I heard Bighorn Kev. I was like, what? And it was Matt from what's his name? The guy with the white Toyota 4Runner.
DB, DeAndre, Matt and DeAndre. Yeah.
Matt. I was like, hey, Bighorn Kev, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly, man. And it's cool because then people start realizing that we are a tight-knit community of drivers out here looking out for our community. We ain't just out here, trying to do some shady shit and scam people and scheme and all that. No, we really involved with each other, man. And we have a chat, we give each other fives and everything. People like, dude, how y'all know each other? I'm like, drivers out here, we're like that. We're not like other cities for the most part. Some cities, they feel in competition with each other to where they want to fight each other and keep each other down. There's no need for that. Ain't none of us millionaires. There is no need for that. Yeah. So get out there and show each other, show the community love. And when community sees that camaraderie, they're like, oh, man, these drivers are cool as hell out here. They all know each other. They know each other's names. So they're quicker to take that card from you. They're quicker to be on your team, man. Much quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see what Marcel Demas. I had a passenger that Uber was giving him $30 off, and Amex was giving him $30 off, and I still got $30. Damn, that's crazy, Marcel. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, Uber is really doing some 30% shit off on everything they touch because they know cash rides are out there. But I'm gonna tell people like this because I even heard the professor say something about letting people have cheaper rides. Sometimes it's more about the quality of the ride versus how much it costs. Because if you're only looking at price, at some point, you're going to price yourself to the point where you're only getting dollar store shit all the time. The day you're going to need something that's not dollar store shit won't be there because you never supported something above that level. You can't only do dollar store forever. Sometimes you got to say, you know what? I'll pay a little more for it. Because
what's that shirt of yours say, Jeff?
Square
about the worth?
Hell yeah.
No, the worth. Where you won't know your worth until you.
Some people, they won't realize your worth until you're worth more. Like some people won't realize your worth until you're worth more. And that's the thing. That's why I tell people, you can't always stay at the dollar store level and only look for people who want to be at the dollar store level. Because if everybody around you wants to be on a dollar store level, you're going to be on dollar store level too. You got to look for people who are outside of that realm who are looking for something of value. Because once you become a value, like me, I could go out and buy, I can look on Craigslist and get a $3,000 car, look on Craigslist, but sometimes you want something that's a little higher value because of what you feel you deserve. It's a value. Mm-hmm. So always keep that in your customers' minds too. Keep that value in their head. Because the moment you sit there and go, well, I'm cheap, they're going to always expect cheap. And you don't always want to be cheap.
Yeah.
What Marcel? My one rider paid me 60 is almost 1/3 of the way to 200 for the day. Telling you, Marcel, I'm gonna be out there later, man. It's like over 100 degrees right now. I'm trying to see what the temperature is right now.
I'm sitting here in the shade.
Yeah, it says 104 right now. Let me see if it hits.
Let's see here.
111. This is 111. Oh, Yeah, because at 111, yeah, I'm definitely gonna swim. I'm gonna go swim for a minute and go give me something to eat, man. Like, shoot. It's like, man, I'm gonna get me something to eat, swim for a minute, try to, get my core temperature low enough. Because once my core temperature is low enough, then I don't mind being outside. But once I walk at that front door and that heat hits me, I'm like, I can't be out there, man. I can't be out there.
Yeah.
Well, now I canceled a ride. The Uber was charging 86 and they was giving me 35. I called the driver prior to picking him up. He offered $100 for 4 miles. Concert surges are when they steal the most money. Oh yeah. They jack us for concert surges. Yep, they jack for concerts. Yep. That's how they make a killing. And they won't even put the surge on the screen. There's no on Uber. There was no surge shown on the screen at all. We had to go through the rider app to see what they were charging people. They were charging $60 for a ride, but paying drivers $15. So the surge they were charging people surge prices, but they weren't paying it. I was like, nah, I'm cool in that shit.
Yeah. That's that's the other thing about selling home too, man. Is you can sit there and say, hey, when you get out of that concert, here I am. You're not paying $150 to go 5 miles. I'll do it for fucking 40 to get you out of there.
Exactly. Boom. And that's what it is, though. If you give people a good deal, just a fair deal, they'll take it. And I tell people, I'm not always the cheapest. I just try to be the most fair. And sometimes you're like, you know what? This is a very fair deal. I like this deal. It might be a little more than what you're even paying, but I'm right here. I'm quick. I'm efficient. I'm quality. This is what you're paying for. It might not be the cheapest deal, but it's probably one of the most fairest deals you're going to get today. And it's like, and that's why I'm gonna probably make sure that I'm not the cheapest deal, but I'm the fairest deal. It's like,
there you go. That's a good shirt.
I'm telling you,
good shirt.
People like, oh yeah, I'll do that deal. Say, hey man, I'll just keep it fair because every house you buy is not gonna be $200,000. You might see some $300,000 houses. You might see $500,000 houses. You might see $2 million houses. So you can't always go for cheap. Go for what you think is the most fairest deal. Because the $1 million house might not be the fairest deal versus the $300,000 house, but the $300,000 might not be the fairest deal for the $500,000 house. So you got to look for the fairest deal, not the cheapest deal.
Yeah, like, you want bang for your buck.
Exactly, that's what it is. Utility, and we talk about that in utility, marginal utility, diminishing marginal utility. We talk about that shit in economics all the time. It's like, how's the utility? Is it worth it? The utility. So, oh yeah, I'll pay for that. I'll pay for that. Like, oh yeah. Well, shit, Kev, man, I'm gonna let you get going, man. I'm gonna let all you guys get rolling today. Hey, I appreciate you coming through the chat, man. Roxy's in the building. She's down in Tucson. But and this Saturday, we do not have a hum meetup at the coffee shop this Saturday. We don't have a meetup. But if you guys want to meet up somewhere this week, I got the perfect spot for us to meet up. We can meet up in Ahwatukee at Philly Sports Bar, right on Warner in the 10. We can meet up there, go in, kick back, relax, watch some games or whatever, chat for about an hour, 2 hours, whatever you guys want to do. If you guys want to do that, let me know. I mean, some of us are in Discord, some of us are in text. We can go hang out there, man. Just hang out down in Ahwatukee if you want to. They also got but last time we did sushi up in Tempe. But I don't know. Just let me know, man. Let me know what you guys want to do if y'all want to hang out or what. Thank you, Chris D. See you next live. But we're gonna go out there. Like I said, we won't be meeting up, this Saturday. So we can meet up, Saturday somewhere else if you guys want to do that. If you don't, then cool, don't. But the option is always there.
And I will say this too. I don't know if you said it already or not. I wasn't here for the whole live stream. But also next Friday, for those of you guys on the west side of Phoenix, we're going to have a meetup over there too. So y'all don't have to come all the way to Tempe. We're going to have something over there too. So
Peoria. Yep.
Yeah, Peoria. Yeah.
Yep. We'll have some up in Peoria. I might come up to that one too. I might come up in that one. So man. So man, I appreciate you guys, man. Much love, Kev, for coming through and everything like that. I'm going to try to get my butt out here so I can keep my core temperature down. Hey, thank you guys for all the super chats today. Appreciate it. Thank you, Professor, for swinging through. Hey, we're going to have to do this another live stream this week so we can catch up about our fourth money. So
there you go.
All right, Dalton. Hey, we're going to end it on what, Dalton? Hey, Dalton, what are you talking about, man? Dalton says, can I share a very valuable piece of information with you that you shared with us that resonated with me? Let's hear it. Let's hear it, man. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
So we can get up the live stream. So what you got, Dalton? What you got, man? Let's hear this. Let's hear this. Yeah, because I'm all out today. I'm like, man, and I can feel the temperature even rise because it's hitting the side of this house. This room is heating up in here. I'm like, man. Oh, thank you, Roxy. I appreciate that, lady. Appreciate that. Roxy, we gotta get you a 300 sticker too, because I know she's down in Tucson doing it. You gotta represent us down there. You gotta go down and be like, hey, we represent it. We represent.
Yeah, Roxy's all over.
I know it, man. Hey, that lady, she's a hustler right there. Cash ride hustler. She don't mess around.
No.
Let me see some. Are you going northwest side? Come down towards Goodyear, Waddell, Litchfield Park. I think we're going to Peoria.
Peoria, yeah.
And we got to find out exactly where we are meeting in Peoria, though. So once we find out where we're meeting, yeah. And also, like I tell everybody, if you are Boise, Idaho drivers, start downloading that Hum app. Start downloading it, because that's their next. The laws up in Boise work perfectly for how Hum is set up. So that's what they're going to start marketing really heavily. You guys should be able to use the app up there. You're going to be doing cash rides up there. Telling you, Boise is going to be crazy. When you first get your first feeling of registering people inside of the Hum app, doing cash rides, cruising around and shit, like, you're going to be like, dude, this is too easy. It's way too easy. Yeah. I love picking up especially when I pick up my private rides, I tell them, okay, let me get your number. I'll put it in. And a lot of times I just copy and paste, just let them know we got commercial insurance on this ride. Don't stress shit. They be like, oh, cool, no problem. Yeah. They love that shit. It makes it feel like a little bit more special when they know that we're not just doing a ride, but we're actually registering in an app, or that it's more like a business deal, and they can, throw Square out there, anything, man. It's pretty cool. I love it like that.
When they know you're covered, you're good to go.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know where Dalton went, but we're gonna have to hit you up next time, Dalton, man. We're gonna have to hit you next, man. So, all right, Kev, man, you be easy out there, brother. Yeah. Hey, everybody in the chat, thank you guys for rocking with us on this midday live stream. One of them rare ones, but it's hot out there. Let's get out here and make some money.
Just remember, closed mouths don't get fed.
That's right.
Open mouths make some bread.
That's it. You got to go out there and get it, baby. That's that Logan talk right there. And text your people for July the 4th to let them know you will be driving July the 4th. If they need a ride, lock in a ride. You got to, just like Uber and Lyft sends out marketing campaigns, you've got to learn to send out your own marketing campaign. Yeah. If you're sitting around at night, let people know, hey, I'll be available for airport rides tomorrow. Somebody might be like, oh shit, my cousin got to go to the airport in the morning. I totally forgot about it. I'm glad. You know what? Let me give them your number real quick. Send out your marketing blast every day. If you ain't got nothing to do, and have a list, get a list, write all your clients out on a list and put dates down. And just put a check mark by what days you sent them marketing or something like that. So you don't have to over market and spam somebody. Let them know, man, you got to get out there. Because Uber and Lyft's doing it. They're doing it. You guys got to go out there and do it too, man.
Do it on Facebook and Instagram too. They do it there too, man. Don't be afraid to do that.
Yep. Instagram, Facebook. You got to market out there, man. Let your people know you're available to pick them up. You're available to save them off that Uber and Lyft plantation. You know what I'm saying? Get out there and get it.
Yep. Man. As soon as you take one step off, man, you're free for life.
You got to do it. All right, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all. We out
later,
here,
my man.
Hey, you be safe out there, brother. All right, man. I'll hit you up later, kid. All right, man. I'll talk to you guys later. All right, later.